Hey, this ain't a drill. Only time I plan is on the field. And when I'm on the field, no, I got mad skills. And you know we bout to eat this a fast meal. Y'all gotta pay for this heat like a gas bill. We keep on coming back, so yeah, they mad still. 716 make them pay with some bad bills. Red, white, and blue like Superman, so you know we eating at the Super Bowl. Kill the competition, set up the funeral. Josh Allen catching all the shots you go for. We callin' blitz. Ready to start, we ain't calling no quits. I'm the #1 draft pick. A lot of y'all talk, but I ain't hearing. They only listen to Keyshawn and Aaron. Talk about the Bills dominating on the field. All our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill when we talk about the Bills. Dominating on the field, and our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill.
Welcome back, y'all, to another live episode of the Post Podium Podcast, home of the all true.
Man, hell no! It's gonna be some sodium today. It's gonna be some sodium today.
Much sodium. Much sodium.
I don't even know it's all gonna be truth. It might be conjecture. Man.
100% pure speculation today. All right, well, I mean, obviously we ain't wasting no time. Let's get to it. Get it off your chest.
No. Let's get stuff we heard first. I need stuff we heard first.
Why?
I need that first, man.
I mean, everybody heard the stuff.
No, they ain't hear. Well, they heard the stuff, but some of the stuff they didn't hear. Okay. Because the stuff we heard ain't what you thought the stuff was. The stuff we heard is something different.
So the stuff ain't really the stuff.
This is different stuff. Because my topic, literally, promise you, if we wouldn't have went Monday, I had a whole 8-page notes that I was going to do today. I said, sweet, I ain't got to do no research. Tuesday hit. What happens? So we're going to wait on that for a minute. We're going to hold off because I'm going to get to the other stuff, the least interesting stuff first. So, all right. Okay. La'el Collins signed a 1-year, $6.5 million contract. Oh, yeah. 6.5. Yeah. Where are they pulling this money from?
Right.
Yeah. 1 year, $6.5 million. Now, for those that aren't familiar with La'el Collins, he went undrafted.
It's got to be incentive laden.
No.
It's got to be. No,
it's a 1-year deal, so it's not all guaranteed. It's probably going to be like $3 million guaranteed or something like that. Okay. But for people that don't know who he is, he was undrafted, but started his career with Dallas in 2015. So what happened with La'el Collins is the reason why I wanted to talk about him, honestly, in any kind of depth, because of the conversation we had about Caleb Williams, Shedeur Sanders, and Justin Turner, or Justin, whatever. I forgot his last name that fast. But anyway, when we were talking about the draft and circumvention, La'el Collins, as everybody knows, in the 3rd or 4th round, if he said, if I'm drafted after the 3rd or 4th round, whatever it was, don't draft me. I'm not coming, or I'm going to sit out. But the thing about him was it was a different caveat in the sense that he was a first-round talent. He was supposed to go, top 15. Right. What happened was a week or so before the draft hit, he made it known that he was going to be questioned by the police in relation to his girlfriend he was dealing with got killed.
I remember that, yep.
He wasn't a suspect, but he was going to be questioned. Scared all the teams away. Yep. So he took that as disrespect and said, I know my worth. If you guys don't draft me where I don't care where I go, but if you don't draft me where I'm supposed to go, I'm not coming, or I'm going to come and I'm not going to play, and I'm going to try again next year. So I respect that. That's an instance where I'm like, I get it. I get it. There's no money at stake. There's no picking and choosing. You don't want to be disrespected for something you didn't do, something you're volunteering.
Right.
Unlike Rashid Rice, who it has come out that he was driving a Lamborghini. I think it was a Lambo or the Corvette. I think it was a Lamborghini he was driving. And other instances of boneheadedness that we've heard. Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and also what we want to know is La'el Collins actually did get he did get suspended 5 or 6 games. For evading a drug test. Now, that's a little questionable because he knew he had to be drug tested for suspicion of being under, and he kept missing it. So they say, you know what? We two can play this game. You're out of here. So he lost his starting job later on that season after he got hurt after missing the drug test. So that kind of screwed everything for him. Was that?
Was Cincy or Dallas?
That was Dallas. Oh, wow. Yeah. So then he ends up in Cincinnati, and he started he hasn't played, and we talked about this. You said you would like him at left guard. But listen, he hasn't played since 2016, and you're like, I instantly hate this move because he's accrued over 5,000 snaps at the right tackle position. And last year he was horrible, huh?
You gonna take Spencer Brown's spot?
No.
Backup.
Oh, backup. He said no.
I think it's
not for $6.5 million.
Well, like I said, you got to look at it as 3 million, which is still. I'm with you. No, I'm with you.
Okay.
But as you can tell, you'll see why I don't care anymore at this point. Later on in the show, you'll see. Because I got a lot to say about what we think and other things as well.
Yeah, I think just about everything this week has driven me to that point too.
Driven you? I think I became you this week. Damn.
Your inner me.
If you look at our social media, I think I was AB on social media this week. I went from the highest to highest to lowest to lowest and in between. So all I got to do is half dye my hair blind and we in there. Yeah, and as you can see what I put there, I'm ready to lose followers today. Nah, not really.
Man.
Not really. I love you all, but I'm tired of being sick and tired. And I've also already warned my mom and my son, whatever you hear today, it might be questionable, and you might not want to repeat it. You ever heard me talk like this since I was on the court?
Okay. Can't wait to see that.
Yeah. This is the second part also of you all might need to make me feel better. Because I'm telling you right now, it's going to be some conjecture, and some of my arguments aren't going to make any sense. It's all emotions. I got 12 pages of notes. I don't know what I'm going to get through and what I'm not. But, okay, because you can tell by the first category here, where I'm starting off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell.
Right into
No, don't look at that. You know how you feel.
I almost named this episode that.
You WTF, huh?
You definitely
I'm telling you. You know what?
bringing it out of you this
Yes, you don't have to today. It's gonna slide right on out. Like greased butt cheeks, baby. It's gonna slide right on out.
Pause.
So
That's way too loud. Why is your microphone so loud?
no, he took the mic into his own hands with that one. He took it and swiveled it over. He swiveled it.
Pause.
That was out of character. I need you to not say that next time.
No, it's gonna happen. I told you today's gonna be that day. You got any stuff we heard?
I ain't got no stuff. I'm trying to get to the meat and the potatoes.
Okay. Any stuff?
That should be good now, right?
Any stuff, eh?
Listen, I came here to talk about one thing and one thing only.
Yep.
Let's get to
The
it.
Sabres. All right, so tonight we're playing.
The Sabres are gonna make the playoffs, guys.
What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
Daggone hockey?
Yeah.
I've been waiting for 3 days to talk about this.
Man, okay.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't believe it. I'm sitting there on the couch and now, mind you, I was feeling like crap because me, Caitlin, Allie, and Ray, all four of us since Sunday have accrued some form of whatever flu virus we caught, whatever variation, we don't know, right? But I remember being in the very beginning stages of feeling like the body aches and stuff like that. So I'm chilling back, resting, and Caitlin is sitting next to me, and I get a text from you and a text from Damaris, almost back to back. And I just remember looking at the texts, and I'm like, I'll get to it.
Fam, I would have been. You tell your story, but I would have been earlier. But it was April 3rd. And I remember saying Adam Schefter real big, and I'm like, yo, this dude don't be lying. But I remember 2 years ago, Adam Schefter tweeted out someone the first.
Yep.
I forget what it was, but it put the world in a tizzy. It might have been about the Bills. I'm not even sure who it was. But, man, the world shut down. And then, lo and behold, April Fools. I'm like, haha, not again. Wait a minute. I said, so where's the 2D? There's got to be a 2D somewhere, because that's 2 days ago. It said, like, 20 minutes. I said, I said, let me look at this. Let me get my other glasses, because something wrong.
So for me, like when I saw those texts come back to back, I'm like, I'll get to them. But then it struck a chord because I'm like, you and Damaris both sent me something like at the same time. I'm like, it's got to be something. So I opened it up and I'm like, no way. I felt bad for my daughter because she was about to start a whole nother episode of Ghost Hunter.
You turn it
I
off?
was like, baby, I need to put something on real quick. I gotta just hold on, please. God bless her, man. She powered through 30 minutes of me figuring out what the heck was going on, and oh my gosh.
When I tell, go ahead.
So, Rich has made his initial appearance. His initial regular appearance on the show to write in and say McDermott and McBean for president and vice president. Hey, Key, what you think about your boy Diggs moving? Ha ha.
Oh, Rich, I'm glad you're here. Stick around for a while.
I'm glad you
Not yet.
asked.
Stick around for a while, Rich, because this show is dedicated to you.
So I mean, I digress. I don't need to go into a whole big story about it, but obviously it was shocking for me. Still an echo. An echo.
I'm talking too loud because I'm animated already. I'm sure it's got to be me.
Maybe I'm getting picked up on Tremel's.
No, it's not mine because you turned mine down.
Yeah.
Because like mine's like mad loud.
It's got to be me. Test.
Well, I mean.
You usually run up on your mic, so I don't have to.
Oh, how much things have changed from day one to now. He's like, put your microphone in your face right here. I'm like, you mean over here? No, over here. You sure? This man had us doing shirt mics. He was like, yo, he thought I didn't know what was going on. He's like, yo, kid is trash.
Am I not plugged in?
They didn't hear you talking? Nobody heard you talking? Actually, I've talked probably with the last however long. So,
Unplug me. I am unplugged.
yo, we're experiencing technical difficulties with A, but that's all right.
Wow.
Because now I'm going to get to talk for a minute.
Wow.
What you got, Key? What you got?
Did anybody say
Wow.
A's intro is not happening?
Oh, wow. Okay, I guess I got to. Wow.
And that's way too loud. Holy crap.
So everybody knows when you said all truth, no sodium, and I came in, they knew
All
they
right,
knew
that
it
should be
was.
a lot better now.
All he said to you guys that missed it was, welcome back to another episode of the Post Podium Podcast. And I interjected.
I'm thankful that his mic was up so high then, because that's probably what they was hearing. But
they can hear you. Yeah, they could hear you in that one. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so oh man, I hope they heard your daughter's story.
No, they ain't no big deal.
That'd have been a lot of silence though.
What do you mean?
Because if they didn't hear you tell that story, it'd been nothing but silence for that time being.
Okay. All right. A is back. That's right, Christina. A is back. No, so okay. Listen.
We're listening.
Let's start this out with some ground rules.
Ain't none. I told you, there'll be no physicality. I told you, I will not assault anybody.
Say your stuff.
I'm gonna speak my truth.
Talk your stuff and you'll get this.
Today
I
is
remember
my
you
truth.
texted me. You was like, yo, I might flip some desks over today.
Today might be the day.
I might come across a desk.
I might slide over here like Beverly Hills Cop style. I don't know what I'm liable to do today. I apologize to you guys 2 days ago for what's gonna happen today.
So let me ask y'all this. This is how we'll start it off. Obviously, this was shocking. Obviously, we talked in length about how this was such a strong impossibility because of the cap hit, right? Other than the shock factor and the shock value of the move itself, what is the biggest angle of this that sticks out to you?
You go, Mel.
The biggest angles to me is, one, Steph did not want to play in Buffalo anymore. Or two, there was some type of breakdown where they was like, we can't go into the season with him on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So there had to have been some type of misconnection, some type of breakup, something that got toxic, man. It had to be, because why else would you trade him now and get that cap hit? Like I originally said, I thought the plan was to at least go get your wide receiver and then at least have him. He'll be with a year under Diggs, and then because I figured they was gonna get rid of him next year, right? I didn't think they was gonna do it early, but yeah, that tells me that something was definitely wrong. Like either he was just like tired of it, he wanted out, or they got tired of him. One or the other. Somebody got tired of somebody. They were like, all right, we gotta make this move.
Okay.
Key, what you got?
Take a seat. I got some notes here.
Okay.
What does it say about our regime? That's why I said, Rich, this show is for you. What does it say about? Because think about it. What did Stephon Diggs start saying in offseason last year? I am where my feet are.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, I don't want to be here, but I'm here because this is where I'm supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm going to make the most of where I am while I'm here.
Right.
This is not the ideal situation. Why did he start saying it last year?
Well, because he knew the coach was trying to get him out already.
Yeah, okay.
What's wrong with that?
I think it got something to do with the new coordinator, the new offense, the new things that was going on, and he did not like where it was going.
That's that. And I think he was tired of Josh. I really do. But this is where I am. What does it say about our regime, though? To me, you don't trust anything that they say when they say they're definitely a bill. When they say definitely, they're gone. Naeem Hines. Hold on, Naeem Hines. He said about Naeem Hines. He just said it, did he not? He said, when asked, Naeem Hines is definitely a part of the Bills. Trey White, LaShawn McCoy, now Stephon Diggs. 4 guys off the top of my head. They're in our plans. They are our Bills. As soon as he said it, they're gone. They didn't even play another down after he said that. Why did Brandon Silver decide to retire, a week or two after he signed here? We don't know. He wasn't hurt. I mean, maybe he lost a job. But you knew you were going to competition when you signed here. You knew. Each one of these guys was said to be 100% in the team's plans, right? They're not. So to your point, you guys, the guys that follow this show would think that I'm mad and butthurt about Diggs. Mm-hmm. I'm going to miss 14. I'm going to miss him on the field because he brings a dynamic that I don't think Buffalo understands what he really did for this team. However, aside from that, the regime has no foresight at all. Like you said, McDermott. He did this, right? Was it last year? When did he do it? 2 years ago, right?
Yep.
2 years ago. So we had a draft and a free agency. What did they do? Nada. They picked up Deontay Hardy. Mm-hmm. They picked up Trent Sherfield on 1 and 2 year deals. Mm-hmm. One guy who's a kick return man, the other guy who was a try-hard that really didn't amount to much. And you drafted a tight end and a fifth rounder in Justin Shorter. Right. Correct. You had no idea that Diggs wasn't going to be here, right? Bull, I'm not going to curse yet. We're not 45 minutes in. Not going to curse yet. However.
So you think they knew 2 years ago?
They knew, yes, because as soon as this happens, you can notice things start to change. Things started changing.
Pretty much after Dayball left, it was like
it was over. It was right when it was on the wall.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you go into a draft, what did they took? They took Justin Shorter when who was on the board? Puka Nacua was right there. Nacua had better college tape. He had better pedigree in the draft. You reached on this project that wasn't even that great in college. He transferred from Penn State to Florida. Wasn't even that great. He had one decent year.
Now listen, I don't know if Solomon's trying to gaslight you, bro, but he says no man is bigger than the team.
Right, Solomon. No, right.
Okay.
No, right. But what I'm saying is, I'm not even talking about Steph Diggs.
Okay.
What I'm talking about right now is the team.
Okay.
The team is a folly. The regime. This Steph Diggs is just another expose. Is like we started the show when you used to say, my sources just that. I don't have no sources. But tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. When he did this in Cincinnati.
Yeah. So I don't think that they knew at that point that he was gone because to me, they would have got a better replacement. They would have started his replacement. Why? If you know he's leaving,
that's
why
the
would
thing.
you do
That's
it?
the thing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can say definitively like there was a sentiment when we first started the show, according to my sources, there was a sentiment that was very, foot halfway out the door because he felt like he wasn't wanted here, right? And that you can only tolerate for so long. You know what I'm saying? I think in this particular situation, I am on the side of Steph Diggs. In terms of who I believe, who I would trust as far as what they say, and I'll give you a prime example why. You have a GM that comes out into a press conference and says every move we make is for the purpose of winning. Mm-hmm. Every move we make is to win.
Oh, you watched the press conference?
Then he goes on towards the end of that press conference to say, does this move make us better today?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Dude, this is the
what
first time.
What are we talking about, bro?
This is the first time I refuse to watch a press conference.
Well, hold on,
I didn't watch
really?
it. I refuse.
If you get rid of him, yeah, today is not going to make you better, but wait till the draft.
No. So you trying to tell me a rookie wide receiver is gonna come in and be better than Diggs?
No. He's right. He's right because he's thinking about in the eyes of them.
That's what I'm
of the
saying.
Bills.
Yeah, which is proven exactly right. Now just to go back.
How do you mean that's proven right?
Because what they do.
So in their mind, they got rid of an issue, right?
And we're gonna replace him in the draft.
They're gonna get better, younger, faster talent in the draft.
In their mind.
And that will be a better team.
In their mind.
But that ain't okay.
Well, like I said, and we're and remember what I said now. This is called what does it say about our regime? So your argument, correct, but Trammell is also correct because look at what they did. When I cussed and screamed in the offseason last year, what did I not want to happen? DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
Yep.
You didn't know, according to your sources, Stephon Diggs had 1 foot out. You didn't think, man, we just extended this man.
That's why I don't think that it was all we know it already, because why do all that?
And exactly right. Because see, don't they have something called exit interviews? Stephon Diggs is not going to hold his tongue. You chose not to hear it.
Okay, but I think so, Steve. I don't even think you really meant to go here, but we need to understand the Buffalo Bills franchise as a whole, with Sean McDermott at the helm, has operated a certain way where to the point where a good majority of the minorities that used to work there no longer work there. Right around the time when Dayball left and Chad Hall left and all them boys, a lot of they had people in human resources that quit and left. One of my boys that used to work with them I'll just say one of my boys that used to work there, he ended up leaving, and taking another position in the NFL. So, I think there's a degree of, how can I put this? And you know where I'm going because I've said this before, but there's a line of thinking, a way of thinking that was prevalent. Okay, if you guys get this, you get it. If you don't, you can go research it, look it up. There's a line of thinking within Sean McDermott and within the Buffalo Bills organization that lines up with the previous Carolina Panthers owner before their current owner now. Y'all can go look that up. Y'all can put 2 to 2 together. But according to my sources, this also played into why Leslie Frazier left. Leslie Frazier was at they had a Christmas party. And Leslie Frazier goes to Sean McDermott and says, "Yo, ain't a whole lot of people at this party that look like me, bro. What's going on?" And all of a sudden, Sean McDermott is trying to play it off like he don't know what's going on. What do you mean? Now, obviously, Leslie Frazier had to feel comfortable enough to go and say something like that to Sean McDermott. So he felt there was a relationship, there was, an open door there. But to get that kind of pushback on the subject like that, and then to also see who quits, who leaves, who takes lateral positions, right? I'm not leaving the Bills to get a better position. I'm just leaving the Bills to get a position, anything to get me out of here, right? So when we're talking about the backdrop of what's going on with the Bills right now, I think part of the reason that Diggs gets, some of the vitriol that he's gotten, has been because the Bills have allowed it. The team brass they've allowed it, right? So at the end of the day, we're talking about a franchise that is fundamentally broken from the foundation, period. So anything that has to do with, let's say, for instance, we draft Brian Thomas, right? And Brian Thomas come out with a new dance or something like the new touchdown dance. You think Sean gonna let that keep going? Probably not. You think the Bills honestly trade for Justin Jefferson and let him do the gritty all over the end zone? Sean wouldn't like that. That ain't how his players act. It's in the Tyler Dunn report.
Yeah.
It's in the Tyler Dunn report. He specifically said it. The players was coming out in J's and stuff like that. And he was like, no. My players come out in work boots and Carhartts. So what they do? They got the Carhartt jacket and they put a Jordan sign on the back of that just to poke at Sean. Right? That's his mentality. So when I'm looking at how players like Stephon Diggs get treated, that's where it starts. It starts with the mindset of the head coach, the guy that's running the whole entire show, right? So when we're talking about, for me in particular, why I'm siding with Steph, that's the main reason why. Because I know the franchise is broken. I've heard enough, aside from the Tyler Dunn report. Stuff that's in there I knew about beforehand.
So do you feel like they're the issue why Stephon Diggs had to leave, or do you feel like there's another opportunity where there's another reason that he had to leave?
Okay, so what I would like to do, if I have a minute, is you feel like you're in an intervention session? Hey,
you are.
Yeah,
whoever that is, you are.
This is what it sounds like. But okay, so I want to take you guys through Steph's perspective on this whole deal, because I think I've shared the same perspective the whole entire time. He comes in 2020, right? His first year here, 1,500 yards. He had 8 touchdowns or something like that. They make it to the AFC Championship game. His first season here, they make it to the AFC Championship game. They take the league by storm. They establish we here. Somebody got to deal with us, right? Next year after that, divisional round.
Well, I don't know if you guys got a chance to listen to the nightcap where Shannon and Chad were they were talking about how far the Bills got. They forgot we got to the AFC Championship game. They forgot that Steph Diggs was actually a player, instrumental. And the thing, and before you even go, I'm going to let you land, but before you even go any further, my thing is this. Can you comfortably say, not you guys, can you comfortably say we would have got to the position that we got to without Steph Diggs during the regular season? The 17 games that we played.
No, that doesn't happen without Steph.
And that's my point. So when he was a no-show in the play, let me make your point, because I want to come back to this. Go ahead.
Well,
because I got a point.
I think his play in the playoffs is different from.
Well, you don't play in the playoffs if you don't have the season you had. You go home.
I get that, but I don't know if you can say that him being an integral part of getting to the playoffs should stop people from talking about his performance.
I don't care what they're talking about in the playoffs. My point is you don't get there to talk about it if he doesn't do what he did.
Right.
And furthermore,
I get that point.
Furthermore, look at what he did. Look at Houston now. He's the third option, second option.
Yeah.
They put talent on top of talent on top of talent. What do we do? Gabe Davis, Trent Sherfield, Deontay Hardy. This is not building a team where you can be, you can fade off to the sunset. You have to be the guy. And then on top of being the guy, I have to be told I'm not the guy because I got 17 over here who does everything.
Right.
And I got to listen to this for 4 years when I'm putting numbers up. I'm the top dog in receptions and yards in touchdown or fourth and touchdown in the 4 years he was in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. That's a slap in the face by your own people. So I mean, you go to Houston, where you play with a young quarterback, a young wide receiver, and actually three young wide receivers on top of Joe Mixon. You have talent you have not played with probably ever. That's a full team. And then look at the defense. You know what Deshaun Jackson said? He said, I knew he was going to leave. I don't know, but I knew he was going to leave because he felt they could never beat the Chiefs.
And that's what I think it stems from. I think he didn't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
And then on top of, so I'll say something to the playoff thing. So because that's one of my points that I got. So I think the Bills also have a problem with holding on players too long.
Yep.
Right. So take Stephon Diggs. Now, I am a huge Stephon Diggs fan. I still think he's top 5 in the league right now. Mm-hmm. I still think he is. He's dipping a little bit because he's getting older, but he still can be a bona fide number 1 on any team in the NFL. Hands down, right?
Any team right now?
Any team.
He's not saying usurping.
Right. Yeah.
Like Justin Jefferson, but like if he wasn't there, he would be at number one.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, aside from that first year in the playoffs, his numbers are not wide receiver one worthy.
Right. Right.
So my point is this, especially in Buffalo, yes, was he the best player on our team? Not named Josh Allen? 100% yes. It's not even debatable. He was that dude, right? But let's be real. We looking for Super Bowls, right? And if you're not going to step up, you can't give me that same play you did in the season in the playoffs.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna have to. I hate to say it, like I love him, but I got to get rid of him because I gotta. I'm trying to be better.
My contention to that. Go ahead.
And like so, just his stats. 2023, he averaged 36 yards a game, no touchdowns, 10 receptions. 2021, 33 yards per game, no touchdowns, 6 catches, 67 yards. 2022, he had 149 yards, no touchdowns, 64 yards receiving. So you add that up, that's 48 yards average receiving in 3 years. No touchdowns. So you're the number one wide receiver.
This is my question, though. This is my question. What team in their right mind? This is going back to regime. Like I said, this show is Stephon Diggs spinoff. Mm-hmm. What team in their right mind is going to see those stats? Nah, we good. We good. We're not gonna go all out. And that's kind of your point with DeAndre. You know, we already know where Steph is. But the thing is, how many teams did we play in the playoffs to say, you know what? Where's 14? Because you alluded to it at one point in one of the past shows. You said when Steph Diggs ain't on the field, they can do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. But the Bills don't understand. What did the Chiefs do when they got Sky Moore beat? Who was it last year? Philly? Was it Philly? Not this past Super Bowl, but the year before that. Or was that who was Super Bowl 2022?
Oh, you talking about when they beat Philly, right?
Yeah, that was Philly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they ran the same play. Not Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Why? Because everybody wanted to know where Travis Kelce was.
Yep.
The Bills do what? Diz can do it. Josh can do it. We don't need nothing else. We're set. We good.
Yeah.
And that's the bull. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it through the day. So that's the bull jive that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Dalton Kincaid, he's a nice piece, but you just got him when Steph Diggs is 30 years old.
Right.
You go with Dawson Knox, which I like. Gabe Davis, what has he really done in his career? And I'm not even trying to slight on him.
Right.
But has he given you true veteran number 2 wide receiver numbers? No. Let's just depend on Diggs the whole time. Let's just give him Deontay Hardy. Give him freaking over the hill John Brown, Emmanuel Sanders, who really didn't do much. They had some deep balls,
right.
But everybody knew where 14 was.
Yep.
Who was going to be? Let me second guess. They might go over here.
Right.
Nobody.
There was no other option.
There was no other. And Josh Allen was done a disservice. But guess what? As you said also, the lapdog in him's like, okay, cool. I like Dorsey. He's a good guy. Hell of a guy. He's never done it before, but I'm gonna put my life on the line, and I'm gonna put my Super Bowl aspirations, if you have them, on this guy that's never done his job before.
And that's probably, it's funny because you talked. This might have been like a couple months ago. You were upset at Josh for not getting up in Sean's face and making demands to the team about what needs to happen. I think that's why there was an issue between Josh and Diggs. I think Diggs was that one trying to push Josh to say something and get some changes made, because they're gonna listen. They don't have a choice. They're never gonna get rid of Josh. Josh has control if he wants it, right?
Yeah.
And even in this Diggs trade,
he can do it in a nice way.
Right. Josh, regardless of what Bean says, I told Josh it was a possibility. That ain't how it works. Mm-hmm. That ain't how it works. The way that I've been told, the quarterback gets consulted on things like this.
He's got to go to somebody.
First. They go to him, they say, look, we think about doing this. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, what is Diggs? Diggs is Josh's weapon. Mm-hmm. So you ain't gonna go and take Josh's weapon away from without talking to him about it first. Like, that's just crazy. You ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, not without talking to him.
But I think, to your point, Key, this is a situation where Diggs just got to the point like, yo, if you ain't gonna say nothing, ain't nothing gonna get done. And if ain't nothing gonna get done, then just let me go play with my brother then.
Right. And this is the kick. Also, everybody's talking about Buffalo win the trade. No, they didn't.
We didn't win the trade.
No, because this is the kid. They're like, this is what people were saying. They're like, oh man, look at Houston. They know he's a cancer because guess what? They erased the last 3 years of his contract. Guess what? Houston has $60 million in cap next year. Mm-hmm. $60 million. You think that little $4 million that they moved up to this year matters?
Right.
They were going for it, and guess what? They can go for it this year, and it don't work. We can retool next year because they still got 7 draft picks. Oh, that second we got, they had 2 of them.
Yep.
They already had 2 of them. That's Minnesota. That ain't even theirs.
Yep.
They still can retool with their Tank Dills, with their Nico Collins, with their freaking C.J. Stroud, with Joe. They got Barr for 2 years. They got freaking Will McDonald for however long, 3 more years. Yep. Come on, people. Yep. Come on. Take the glasses off. Take them off. Just admit, Josh's tweets hurt they little fee wings with a W, fee wings. And then he said, you know what, screw it, I'm out. I'm done. He said, I'm telling you, and you know what's further confirmation of this? I heard this on the way in. Stephon Diggs was given permission to seek a trade, but he couldn't go to the Chiefs. He was not allowed to go to the Chiefs.
Really?
Yeah, that was a stipulation for him saying you can seek a trade, but you can't go to the Chiefs.
Wow. So you can go to another team that's going to hurt us
else
and stop us
right.
from getting to a Super Bowl, but you
you're
can't
not
go to
going
the
to
Chiefs.
Because in their eyes, as long as it's not the Chiefs, we could probably beat that team. So
yeah,
that's their mentality.
That's their mentality.
No.
You don't think that's their mentality?
No, listen, we not beating the Texans this year. I'm sorry.
Wait. But like he said,
that's the mentality though. Like
think,
who else beating them? Nobody but the Chiefs.
What did he yell at me for last time? What is McDermott thinking, Keith? Not you. Hey, right. What is McDermott
There's
thinking?
Nobody,
Not
like,
you.
Listen, they're gonna win a division. Like the only threat is the Chiefs. That's the only threat.
Oh no! Stop.
That's the only threat.
Like why?
Oh, maybe you're gonna turn back to you today. Maybe I'm not you. I'm getting you. I'm gonna take you here today,
bro. There is no competition with the Chiefs anymore. Like everybody just needs to take a step back and understand that freaking Mahomes is Jordan, Mahomes is Tiger Woods, Mahomes is whoever you want to call him in whatever era that they just dominated everybody and nobody could get past them. Pick whatever superstar mogul you want to pick, and that's Mahomes right now at this point. Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't some Houston Rockets in there when Jordan walked away. That don't mean that there isn't, a couple, whoever. There was a couple of guys that won during Tiger's era or whatever that, kind of went neck and neck with him. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, you're never going to get there unless you truly understand what's necessary to get past that team. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling y'all right now, Sean has no clue. If he hasn't figured it out in 7 years that you need more weapons than the other team on offense so that you can score more points than the other team on offense in order to have the highest score at the end of the game, he's not going to figure it out. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll put it like this. DeMeco Ryans is a head coach, right?
I'm glad you said that. You just took one of the lines off my notes. I'm glad
Mike
you said that.
Tomlin is a head coach. They're defensive guys. They came from defensive backgrounds, but they are head coaches. They got guys that they put in place. They let them do the work.
Yo, man.
All they do is they manage the people.
I'm about to a tear's about to fall in my eye because a tear's gonna come out of this eye because of this.
You gonna get a single Native
I'm
American
gonna get
tear.
one single tear.
But yeah, like so to me, what the reason I say all that is, I think Sean McDermott at this point in time is the only relic left in the league when it comes to a defensive head coach that wants to be a defensive head coach.
Yeah.
Like, he's still trying to prove to Big Papa Reed that he can beat him with his defense because he's pissed off for being fired from the Eagles.
And it's funny because his defense is always on the field when he loses.
Right. That's exactly how he wants it. How many times can we let this dude keep getting killed with in his mind, his best option?
Yeah.
And then,
when am I going to get this? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't love any of the players that got let go this year. Like, I didn't lose sleep over losing Trey White, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde. I didn't lose sleep over any of those dudes. But their career was wasted in Buffalo. Stephon Diggs' career was wasted in Buffalo. Every last one of them got a right to be pissed off about it.
Yep.
And I'm sure if you talk to one of them behind the scenes, they'll tell you. The same way Steph Diggs been trying to tell people for years.
I'm afraid to look at Steph Diggs' Twitter because he'll tell you on Twitter. He don't care.
Man, listen.
I'm afraid to look. Don't trash. I mean, he put out a nice little goodbye Buffalo. I don't think, like I said before, I think we talked about it when Mel was here. I said, if and when he leaves, it's not because of the city. It's because of the team.
Right.
So, yeah.
The single biggest cap hit by a non-quarterback in the NFL's history.
By a team that's doing everything they can to get under the cap. That's huge. A team that's doing everything they can to get under the cap with an aging franchise quarterback. Josh Allen's, what, 28 this year?
Yeah. Has now made NFL history with the biggest non-quarterback cap hit.
Yeah. And we laughed at Russell Wilson. Ha, jokes on us.
Right.
Jokes on us.
That's who we rooting for. That's who we buying season tickets for.
And this is it. You know what? This all I had it in my notes, but I'm glad you said it because what does this tell you? We did a June 1st designee on Trey White. That means you can't do any more June 1st stuff. Foresight. You didn't see this coming because, like you said, if you saw it coming, you would have made him the June 1st designee. And you would have ate Trey White's contract because Trey White's dead cap was a lot less than Steph Diggs.
Yep.
You have no operating money right now because you want to prove a point to a guy that told you already, F you, I don't want to be here.
And there's no other moves. They can't restructure anybody else from what I understand.
They can. I think they can rework Josh's again because they didn't do the whole Josh contract.
But they were saving. You said they were saving that till next year.
Yeah, but I don't. But obviously I don't mean to disrespect you. I don't.
We can't trust nothing they say and do now.
Well, the thing is, I don't think they saw this happening. I don't think that. So they said, "Oh, we're gonna be cute. We can go ahead and sign this guy, sign that guy, because we got this $10 million sitting here waiting." Right. But guess what? Oh, wait, we gotta do something with this $32 million. We gotta eat with Steph Diggs because he doesn't want to be here anymore. Right. And he found a trade. Now the thing is this: with that BS they got, you could have waited till after June 1st and just did it straight up.
Yeah.
Because never mind the fifth rounder that got traded this year.
Right.
Everything else is next year.
Yep.
Everything else is next year except for your cap hit. What are you doing? Once again, Dalton Kincaid, Kyer Elam, you got scared and you jumped. You know what, Steph? You're out of here. Don't worry about it. Just don't say nothing. You're gone. After June 1st, be blessed. But guess what? They don't think.
Yeah, Steve's got more history. Since 1960, the quarterback with the most wins and no Super Bowl appearance, Josh Allen.
Oh, going back. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Going back to 1960.
I thought you were going back to a guy like Johnny Unitas. I'm like,
no.
I'm like, yo,
it's just Josh Allen.
I literally just gonna be like, yo, Steve. No disrespect, but how old are you that you remember 1960 season? I got you now.
He could just be a history buff. I mean,
no, I got him. I just thought he was going to say something that happened in the season. I'm like, wow, you were there for that?
Yo, Steve, if you know when that interview is supposed to come out, let me know because I'm trying to watch that too.
What interview?
He said he can't wait for the Tyler Dunn interview with Steph. That would be
that's
great.
A pay-per-view. That's a pay-per-view.
Yo, it's got to be.
I pay for that.
It's got to be. I would definitely pay for that.
Yeah, that's up there with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I'm paying for that. I don't even watch boxing. Anyway, yeah, but see, the thing is, we played checkers when they played chess again.
Yep.
Again. Why are we always on this end of things? But then Buffalo's like, oh, we were smart for doing it. There were so many different ways to get around. We ate all 32 this year. Okay, but you also just got rid of Gabe Davis for $12 million, which I didn't even want. But you didn't have any foresight because you could have said, you know what? Hold that thought, Gabe. We got something we got to handle right quick.
Right.
Didn't want him. Don't get to be misconstrued.
Right.
But now we have nobody that has ever caught a pass from Josh Allen besides Khalil Shakir in the slot.
Well, Solomon says Kincaid has upside. You need to leave him alone.
Solomon, we talking about wide receivers here, brother? Nah, you're right.
Pass catchers. They don't call them wide receivers.
No, Solomon, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a heads up. You're gonna piss this man off because he does not like those hybrid names. We went off about Edge last time.
But I just said something that just triggered me all over again. I'm like, because
pass catchers.
No, playmakers. Because
Where
remember, last year was we're gonna get a pass catcher, right? This year it was, we're looking for playmakers.
Actually,
that's what they said.
Actually, you know what? Anybody that's watching this, so I'm glad you said that now because I'm going to do a shameless plug. I sent these guys a mock draft earlier where I did some outlandish crap that's not going to happen.
He crippled the team for years.
I did.
I wouldn't say that.
But I got a better one for you. I got a way better one for you. Way better one for you. It's not going to happen because the Bills don't have that intellect. But I used our 28. Mm-hmm. I used our 60. Mm-hmm. I got Adonai Mitchell, and I got Troy Franklin. I went for Troy.
Ooh,
so that's my 1 and 2. And then I went and got Jaquan Smith from Tulane later. But out of this draft, I actually traded back, got draft picks in 2025, and I got an edge rusher from Clemson. I got a D tackle from Auburn. I got another D tackle from Auburn. I got two safeties. Mm. I didn't get a linebacker. I'm going to post this. This is my plug. I'm going to post the link because you guys didn't even see it. Mm. I sent you guys the one that drove me freaking nuts where I traded up to 6, giving up this year's first and second and next year's first, second, and third. I tried every imaginable way not to do this. You guys know me.
For the bum.
for Harrison Jr.
Bum.
Why you got to be a bum?
Because Mel, he didn't go to train.
He could be a malcontent, but he ain't got to be a bum.
Listen, I am a guy who follows history and life experience. I'm not a speculation guy. I hate when people talk about, well, he said, listen, if I ain't hear from the horse's mouth, I'm not taking his word for it because it ain't come from him. Right? So
he told you he was a bum?
No. So draft-wise.
What I can go back. What sports show don't do that, though?
Mel,
what?
I said, what sports show don't do that, though?
I'm just saying what I don't do. I don't listen to what other people say. Like, I go off of facts. I'm a fact checker. I go off of facts. I want to hear this. Guess what?
Uh-huh.
When they wrong, what do they say? Oh, they look stupid. Yeah. But guess what? It never happens to me because I don't take what other people say.
Yeah.
So I did some research. Mm-hmm. So who is the world saying is the top 3 wide receivers right now?
Brian Thomas Jr.
No.
No, wait. Brian Thomas Jr.
I even put him in there, Keith.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yep.
And, of course, our boy, Malik Neighbors.
Right. Now.
Wait, what? Where's your boy?
I will give you those. I'll give you those 3.
So you purposely left him out. Oh, my God.
I will give you those 3. Matter of fact, you can add them all 4.
I thought Mel was going to stop me out after that.
You can put them all in there.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Mm-hmm. History, it repeats, right? Since 2014, when have the analysis or the sports guys got it right when it comes to wide receiver?
You mean every one or
no,
like a certain
when they say,
one?
hey, these are the top 3, and they actually was the top 3. When have they ever got it right?
Probably never.
Never.
Probably never.
Well, I mean,
never.
Right,
so here's the thing. So if it never happened, why would it happen this year? Why would it happen this year? It never happened before in the history of the NFL. Why would it happen this year?
Probably
never.
You're looking at what happens once they get into the NFL and holding that against their ranking in the draft.
Yes,
you can't do that.
He said yes,
I absolutely can. You want to know why?
Because you can, because you would do something like that.
Because here's the thing.
What I'm saying is, that's not a. You can't connect those dots logically and have it like really equal out. It doesn't equal out.
So it does. So all these people who says, "Oh, he's top 3, he's top 3," right?
Yep.
What do they get paid to do?
Predict the draft.
Exactly. But whose job is on the line if they miss?
The GM.
The GMs. Mm-hmm. So because take the GMs out. We could be GMs. Oh, Harrison's the top guy. Malik Neighbors, Thomas. These are top guys. And when you hit them, you grab them, they don't hit. Now you looking for a job
because you think you still burning about the Sammy Watkins. That's what it is.
So
right, that's yeah.
And I get it,
bro. It's not just Sammy Watkins. It's every year.
No, I'm saying that's.
Can I finish my point?
I get the premise of your point.
I'm not finished.
Ocho, go ahead.
I'm not finished.
I'm hearing you.
Go ahead.
I'm hearing you. The bottom line for me is as much as we want to say that because they went into the NFL and didn't become anything, their ranking before the draft was invalid. You can't. Their ranking in the draft is based on their peers at that time, and their peers at that time are all college players, right? once they come into the NFL, that's a whole different pool. So you can't say that whatever their ranking was, is just wrong because they didn't live up to that. Everybody in the entire NFL doesn't live up to what their ranking was. Everybody. Name one person that's come into the NFL and lived up to what their projection was. One.
Julio Jones.
What?
Julio Jones.
How many Super Bowls he got?
He's a wide receiver. You don't look at Super Bowls wide receivers.
How many Super Bowls does he have?
He's a wide receiver.
I think the
Hold on, time out.
How many receiving titles does he have?
Do anybody
How many receiving titles?
Do anybody count championships if you're not a quarterback?
Bruh. I count him as team, honestly. I don't even care about the quarterback.
Exactly. Like, bro. Like,
right.
So here's the thing.
That's my point.
So here's the thing.
That's my point.
Bro,
that right there.
Can I get a thought out?
Yeah, go. Somebody go.
You just proved my point.
Somebody go. I gotta go.
If it's about the team, then why are we trying to make it about players' rankings before they even get in the NFL?
Okay, so now I can make my point. Now that you stop talking. So here's the point. The point is,
we're getting real disrespectful here right now.
If I got two guys who's in the draft, right? Let's say Adonai Mitchell and Marvin Harrison. I'm saying everybody, hey, Harrison's the guy. He's better than him, right? He get in the draft and he becomes a Juju Smith-Schuster, and Adonai becomes Justin Jefferson. Guess what? That GM who took him, now we look stupid. However, I want us to hit. We got to hit, right? We don't have the wide receivers. We lost our two top wide receivers. That adds up to 2,000 yards of receiving that we have to replace. So we need receivers that's gonna hit day one. We can't afford projects. We can't afford to miss.
I think to your point, that's why I'm so against trading up, because of what you just said there. You're at this point, honestly, I don't give a damn what happens to Bean or McDermott. I don't care. You miss with this move here, you're rebuilding. Keyshawn Johnson said it. You're rebuilding.
Right.
Buffalo, I don't care what they say. They're not retool. They're in a rebuild. And when it comes to who else was it? Somebody on I think you had it queued up, but somebody says the same thing. They're rebuilding. Skip Bayless. Buffalo's they're not that team anymore. They're not them. And so I think, to your point, they can trade up all the hell they want to. And when it don't work out, if it don't work out, guess what? We'll start fresh in 2025. Because I'm tired.
But it won't be fresh.
Bro, I'm with you. I want us to either stay where we're at or trade down.
Yeah. I mean, well, it'll be fresh in its, a fresh face. Is that fair to say? Fresh head coach. Fresh GM,
That's
maybe.
Not, I mean,
is that fair to say though? Because it might not be the same. It might not be a different mantra, but it'll be a new person.
We don't even know if the owner is about trying to get this team to a championship.
He's not. He doesn't care.
Right.
That's what it seemed like.
And that's why I text you guys.
Sabres going through it too.
That's why I text you guys the other day, yo. When I watched that Sabres game, I saw him sitting in that press, but I just wanted to go to Fountain Plaza and sock him out one time. I was just sitting there, I'm like, man, I just want to knock that cup out of his hands. But I mean, there's so much to unpack. I mean, there's so much that people don't understand when I answer on Twitter and somebody says, "Would you care if we got Brian Thomas? Would you care then?" Yes, I would, because guess what? This is gross mismanagement. Would you care if we got Brian Thomas and traded for T. Higgins? Yes, because T. Higgins is on a franchise deal. Are you telling me, are we assuring that we're going to be able to sign our draft picks and extend T. Higgins? How are you going to do that? How? We already talked to you guys about how you can't get rid of Steph Diggs and sign T. Higgins. Can't get rid of him and sign Brandon Ayuk. You can't do both because they fumbled this. They fumbled it. And I mean, Solomon over there. Somebody tell me I'm wrong, please. Tell me I'm wrong.
They definitely. So like the only way out is through the draft. That's their only option. They can't get Ayuk, T. Higgins, or any of those guys.
Stuck. Well, I mean, Ayuk is
just $14 million.
He's in the last year of his rookie contract, right? Okay.
Yeah, so $14 million. That T. Higgins is T. Higgins' franchise deal is going to be more than his contract.
Right.
So I mean, you really screwed the pooch here. You really jacked it up. And the thing is, people are like, "Oh, I'm glad he's going." It's not about Diggs. It's about the way you handled it. Yeah. You were a year late. You did this. You knew when he walked out of the locker room. He disrespected you. He said, "F you. Y'all not on my level. So either you get right or you get left. And they just said, "Oh, Mr. Diggs, come on back. Why is McDermott concerned in his press conference this year? I'm concerned because I couldn't get him back this time. He really wants to go this time. He don't want to be here no more. And I don't know how to get him back." So when you guys talk about, I talked about Jermaine Burton from Alabama. We talked about Brandon Ayuk. They can't handle that. They can't do nothing with that personality because Diggs is here for 4 years. Just signed a contract, said I'm where my feet are. He clearly gave him another shot, whether he wanted to or not. You telling me right now he couldn't have got traded last year? Nobody wanted him? I don't care what the compensation was. Everybody said, hell no Diggs. Right. No. It didn't happen. The Bills said, and I quote, "Oh, we talked to him, the guys in the locker room, they all want to win." Fool, they want to win, but they want to win a team that wins.
Right. Bean even said they got offers last year.
Yes. And the fact that this went down with this structure, this was not a knee-jerk thing. This is the best they got because teams are like, "Oh, he's been what I tell you guys when you grant somebody the permission to get a trade. Everybody knows he's not going to be there. Let's just wait. Right. I'm going to sandbag you. Right. Because he's going to be mine one way or another either way." And guess what, Diggs? When you came to me and said, "Hey, what happens if I play for you guys?" Joe Mixon, talk to you guys. Mixon put out the tweet, did he not? He said, we made it happen. Now what's up? Let's go get it. We were talking about it 2 weeks ago. Let's go get it. We were talking about it, right? This is what I wanted. I'm coming with you. So clearly he went where he wanted to go. He got the team to say, "Okay, you got a 1-year deal so you can go play with your brother, or you and your brother can go." I don't even know, what is Trayvon's contract? Is it up next year? Mm-mm. Okay, I'm going to say, what if they go to Washington? They both go home. They got the money up there. They both go home. They're going to have a quarterback next year. They both go home. And the Bills gave it away for nothing. 2 years. They can do it in 2 years. Diggs is looking for a big deal, they say. But Diggs don't give a damn about a big deal. No. Diggs don't give it. And this is why Buffalo blocked the Chiefs, because you know what the Chiefs would have did? Sure, give him one over. Give him one over. And Steph would have been right there. Yep. Because he knows, not only is he not LaShawn McCoy, no disrespect, Shady, right, but he knows I would be a contributor. Yep. I'd be playing in that bowl with Mahomes. Yep. I'm probably going to catch the Super Bowl touchdown winner.
Definitely not going to be Tony.
Not going to be Tony, yeah. But that's the thing that pisses me off. And this is why I said, Rich, this show's for you. Because it sounds like it's about Diggs, but it opened up Pandora's box for so many things that throw it over here.
Oh, my gosh.
That's why I won't let you write anything on it. It opened up so many things.
I didn't. See,
I know. But you almost did. I see a little mark there.
Well, I tried to, but I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna do that to kids.
It didn't work? It was dry, wasn't it? Yeah. But no, this opened up so many things that people can't ignore. They're going to, but how can you? It don't matter. It to your point, the draft. Do you trust being in the draft?
I do.
Okay, you trust being in the draft. Yeah. I don't. I mean, if I had to, I wouldn't say he's going to kill it.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the right question.
Well, what I'm saying, okay, what's the question?
Well, I mean, Bean is not the one making the final determining factor on these picks.
Well, okay, all right, but the thing is, it's Bean's neck on the line. When outside of Buffalo, they were like, "Oh, Bean's trash." It could be Sean, but I'm getting to that. Do you trust Bean's track record? I mean, Trammell does. I get it, but for me, well, you know how I am about the draft. He ain't did nothing I wanted since they've been here, so I already think they suck. But the blunders that they had, and I have it on here, I'm not even going to go through it anymore. Yeah. I had hyperlink. I was going to put. The point is made. If you want to see it, go look at it. Right. Go look at it because you passed upon Keyshawn Boot. You passed upon Puka Nacua. You passed upon a couple other guys that you could have had.
Yeah, but okay. So we have to think about why those players got passed up on, right?
For Justin Shorter. Why?
Because Sean wants culture guys.
Well, I know what Sean wants, and that's why I'm saying this is bull. You gonna make me say it? That's what I'm. That's. But see, I'm stepping outside of Sean, but this is why it's illogical.
But it's like the whole thing is Sean like that. Like
I know
I'm trying to just get to the root of the issue.
But
like
we're there, and that's why I started with
but
regime.
we beating around the main issue. You talking about Brandon Bean? It's not Bean. It's never been Bean.
But
We're
Sean not
beating
going
around the whole
nowhere,
issue
so what? Who
because-
cares? He
Because
ain't going nowhere.
This is the kick. You
Sean
guys
is
aren't looking
not
at
going
Twitter.
nowhere.
You must not be looking at Twitter like I look at Twitter.
Oh, what does that mean?
Everything is Bean is great. Everything and McDermott is right. Everything is Diggs is a cancer. He was the one that destroyed the locker room. That's all on Twitter. Now,
so my issue with all of this right now is the whole reason why we get on shows like this and create shows like this and talk to the people that we do. It's not just for venting. Right, like I for one am trying to push people as much as possible to do something. Stop buying tickets. Stop tailgating with these boys. Stop supporting them. Stop buying hats. Stop buying jerseys. Stop all of that. Like the people in Kansas City, they was like, nah, we ain't signing no deal to pay no taxes for your stadium. How many Super Bowls that y'all done won already? How much money y'all done got from us already with all these playoff games and Super Bowl tickets that we done bought? Y'all get half that money. You know how much a Super Bowl ticket was for the lowest one?
like $5,000 something like that.
Nah, it was like $13,000 this past year. $13,000 for one ticket. Like this is what we really talking about. Like I'm never of the mindset to just be resigned to just that's just what it is. Like no, it's got to be something that we could do about it, and there is. There is something that we could do about it. We just happen to live in a city where people don't really feel like doing that because they've fallen in love with this idea of loyalty and this idea of tradition and this idea of religious following just for the sake of following. Like, why? Why do we have to put up with that? Like, we don't understand. The Packers have had 3 quarterbacks in the last 40 years. 3. And the worst season they had was what? 6-10?
Possibly.
And that's when Aaron Rodgers gets, his collarbone broke. They went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. They're in the playoffs every single year. You know how many Super Bowls they got? 2. You know how many Super Bowls the Bills got? 0. They have no owner. So I'll be damned if I'm sitting here letting people think, well, Deshaun just gonna be here and just whatever. Nah, man. If a city without an owner can get it done, why we can't get it done? Why we can't come together as a city and put a plan together and get something done? That's why I'm here. That's why I get on this show and that's why I talk. That's why I try to expose stuff and get to the root of the issue because I'm trying to change something. I'm not about sitting and letting stuff lie. That's not me. I can't live like that. And leaving the city, like, I'm here right now. My business is here right now. So this is what I'm doing. This is all I know to do. This gives us the power to do it. This platform, the ability to talk freely, the ability to communicate with other people, get other people on board, group together, move as a unit. That's our power. Why are we not taking that? I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. And then you at the end of all that, we still have to talk about the after effects of what's Rich is saying because we built the stadium on cursed land. That's why all this is happening, Rich.
Well, we're gonna see in 2026 what happens then.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that at all. I mean, I kind of do because I have a strong feeling of what's going to happen, and we've talked about it already. But at the end of the day, man, like, it's too late. It's too late. The contract is already signed. So as long as you live in this city, you paying for the stadium and everything in it, whether you want to or not. Mm-hmm. It's over. So the only option at that point is to just leave, right? But I ain't there right now.
I mean, if I was ever going to leave Buffalo, I would have did it. I'm not leaving the Bills. I'm not leaving if Mel should have me. Whatever the hell the stadium is, Highmark now until next year or whatever. You know, who knows who's going to buy it and own this nonsense and it's going to be Peanut Stadium. I don't care. I will be where my feet are. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be I'm going to be exactly what I've been. But the point is, I don't care why you're a fan of the Bills. I don't care why you buy. I care that you understand the underlying things. You are the biggest Bills fan I know, except for my uncle probably, because you don't have the Betamax tapes with Bills from 1983. However, you understand the underlying things. You don't agree with everything.
Right.
You choose to agree with things, even though you know both sides of it, right, which I respect. But when I look on Twitter and I look on Facebook and I look on this, and everybody's got thumbs up for Steph Diggs, thank God, ding dong, the witch is dead. The hell out of here.
Right.
What do you think that was going to do? That's not the crux of the issue. That's the face paint. What did I say in the beginning of this whole show? McDermott has fall guys.
Yep.
McDermott has a freaking scapegoat. And this year, my friends, when you see the two rookie wide receivers out there with Khalil Shakir in his second full year, and we don't do what we're supposed to do, guess what? We had young guys. Next year, 2025 is our year.
Yep.
Then what's next year going to be? Something else.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to get rid of.
Yep.
To hell with who's coaching the game. To hell with who owns the team. To hell with who's cheering. The point is, see it for what it is.
Right.
I was a UB fan forever. Hasn't changed. They were doo-doo. Trash. I went to every game that wasn't on my mom's birthday. And I knew the outcome. I knew what it was. I knew what freaking the coach last year was, Lindquist was. I knew it was horrible. But I still went back. But the thing is, people like you, I know it's bad. And I'm gonna defend it because I love it. And I respect that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, don't tell me it's not what it is.
Right.
If you see Josh Allen scrambling around, 15, oh, he had 51. How many of those were passing? That's his job to pass it to, not run 15 for the score. Right. That's what you got 3 running backs for. I thought it was a running back by committee. Why the hell do you have Latavius Murray? Why do you get these big ass dudes to run the ball on third and short, right?
They there to block on third.
That's
down.
all they do. Not even that. Just tush push. That's gonna be a new position. We gotta go draft somebody to do the tush push because Gabe Davis is gone. Right. And guess what? People don't see that. They don't see. Oh, Josh Allen is, and you said it, and I don't fight. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson only had 29 or whatever, 29 touchdowns. How many did Josh Allen have? Was it 54 minus 15?
40
touchdowns. So he had 11 more on however many passes. Which is, I'm not saying it's but what I'm saying is, see it for what it is. The man is getting credit for doing something he shouldn't have to do.
Right. Right.
But you guys cheer for this, not him, because he put it out there. You cheer for him to do more than his job, but you vilify this guy, the guy that was on the sideline with tears in his eyes, willing to as one of his teammates on the field fighting for his life right behind him. Yep. Who was the first guy to go to the hospital in Cincinnati?
Diggs.
But you vilify him. Mm-hmm. But you love McDermott. You love being oh, I almost said the F word there. Oh, I was that close. You love him for screwing up your contract. He screwed up your money. He screwed up Buffalo's money. Not even your tax money. Your ability to field a competent team. Because now what do we have? Mac Hollins is your number 2. Curtis Samuel, who I said was your floor number 2 guy before, is now your number 1. Mm-hmm. Unless you pray for rain that you can hit on the draft. And you got Justin Short on the team. You cut Hardy. You let Gabe Davis go. Steph Diggs told you, if I wasn't here, he could be a number 1. Do I believe him? Probably not. But I would have rather seen that than see Mac Hollins over on the field in the 2 slot. Right. So what are we talking about? What are we keep doing the same bull jive every time. Every time, and people they back it up. I don't care if you love the team. I love the team, clearly. By what I'm saying right now. But you keep backing up this bull jive. And I'm gonna keep it because I wanna say it, but I'm not gonna say it. I promise myself. And it makes me sick. That's what makes me sick. Yeah. Defending the speech of the coach. Defending the false prophet. That's what pisses me off. Because he knows how to make it sound good, and Diggs just says what he wants to say. Yep. Right. You defend the false prophet, the guy that has the plan. What the hell is the plan? Right. What are you doing? Because you keep the next guy that comes in here, pray to God you draft 2 good wide, because you're not going to give this next guy any other weapons. You're going to depend on him to do it all because that's our new guy.
And that's the issue right there is if you believe that you can win a Super Bowl with one weapon, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And Diggs said, you know what? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You need multiple weapons. And then here's the thing, man. Like, there's certain things that you just got to know, right? Football is a business. Like, we can't change the business. Like, I only associate myself with stuff that I can control. If I can't control it, there's no point in me getting upset. There's no point in me, busting a blood vessel for what? You can't change. There's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
It is what it is. It's a $1 billion business.
Right.
You think
the wheels don't stop turning?
You think he cares?
Don't stop turning.
He can care less, bro.
No.
We can go 0-16, 0-6-17 for the next 3 years. Guess what? Pakula's still gonna get paid.
Yep.
He's still gonna have his money.
Hand over fist.
We still gonna have the bills, and everything's still gonna be. It is what it is. It is what it is. Like if you don't have the ability to change something, it is what it is, man.
Any big business like that. And I get what you're saying, but what you're saying is it's a perception based on what we've seen happen in the past. But that's not the only outcome of a situation like that when it comes to a big organization, right? There have been big organizations that have been taken down by people refusing to patron them.
But we talk about this is the NFL. You ever see that? You ever see that happen in the NFL?
Yeah,
I mean, the Saints went through it. How you think that? Why you think they went and got Sean Payton and Drew Brees and made all that stuff work? Like it technically wasn't supposed to happen, but they went a different route. They went and got an offensive guy when they had been defensive and hard-nosed head coaches. They had been trying to be the tough Saints forever. Mm-hmm. And they finally went and got an offensive genius, and he went and got himself a quarterback in Drew Brees, and then that whole city turned around. But before then, there was nobody in those stands, and everybody that did come to the games had bags over their heads.
I think,
I remember that, but who made that change?
But
the owner.
My thing is, I think you're both right in this instance because it depends on the market too. If certain markets will be able to sustain,
right? Like Philly ain't letting nobody get away with that.
Yeah.
New York ain't letting nobody get away with that. Like Dayball on his last leg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
After winning the Coach of the Year 2 years ago.
You see what I'm saying? So right. That's absolutely right. And so what I'm saying is Buffalo needs to become that kind of a market where we just ain't gonna tolerate that. And if we see it and it keep going, we gonna tear it down.
And you're right, but this is where I think Mel is. I think Buffalo is scared of what happened to Baltimore the first time. They're scared of what happened to the Colts in whatever, 83 or whatever it was. They're afraid of what happened to Cleveland. They're afraid of where they just say, you know what, F it, to Houston. Mm-hmm. They're afraid of, like, I don't want to lose my team. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna. So you both are you have different. I think in a market that can withstand it, New York, Philly, which works. But to Mel's point, I think they can, in essence, pick up and move out of the way. Mm-hmm. If we're not making a lot of money in Buffalo as a stadium. I mean, look how old our stadium is. Look at our ticket prices. And I think, as much as Pagula said, you guys are starting to see where he stands with the Sabres. Mm-hmm. You're starting to see, I don't give a damn about that. I lost interest.
Bro, he don't care.
Okay.
He don't care.
I wanna point this out though. And y'all watching, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. There's been so much renovation, rebuilding, and rejuvenation around the city for the past 4 years, maybe, right? The housing market tripled, right? All of that speaks to two things. The cost of living obviously is going to go up, every year, right? But when you invest that much money into a place and you begin to beautify it and build it up, that speaks to a plan for an increased economy. You don't invest that kind of money in something that you expect to stay broke. Mm-hmm. You don't put that kind of work into something that you expect to stay small. Right? So my point in saying all that is this. I see what's happening in the city. And I'm saying to myself, we're getting all this nice, beautiful new stuff. There's a lot of neighborhoods on the west side that have already been gentrified. There's a lot of areas now on the lower east side that are getting there, right? So it's only a matter of time before the shift happens, right? With all that being said, that tells me that there's money coming. There's business coming. There's more opportunities coming, right? So if that's the case, right, and we all start to pay attention and see it that way, then at the end of the day, we're not little broke old Buffalo no more that can't afford to get another team here after we let the Buffalo Bills go, right? I mean, in my honest opinion, I think the Buffalo Bills is a dumbass name anyway. Why be named after a Cowboy when there's already a team named the Cowboys? To me, that's stupid. So I digress from that point and back on my initial point, which is I think in terms of big business and standing up to big business, if we understand the way that everything's working around us within the city now, there is no more, we got to be afraid of them leaving. There's too much investment, there's too much money, too much work going into the city to build this thing and grow this thing for it to just be little old Buffalo no more. We got to stop thinking like a little old broke city. We've been that way for pretty much my whole entire life. And I think people are just so used to thinking that way when it comes to the Bills because they've always been able to hold that over us for the last 50 years. That time is over with. Businesses want to come here, whether it be for the tax breaks or for the housing market to invest in. People are coming and bringing money here. It's one of the reasons why Pagula got in the game. Like sports teams in general, you're never going to lose money. In the oil market, you can still lose money. That's why investors like that are now buying sports teams and getting into sports. The market for sports doesn't fail. But teams like the Eagles, teams like who else? Who else ain't putting up with that? Giants ain't putting up with that. The Jets will tolerate it. They've been terrible forever.
Yeah. I mean, Dallas will put up with it too.
Yep, Dallas will put up with it too. Steelers ain't putting up with that. Like, and that type of pressure ain't even really coming from the city. It's coming from a standpoint of we got too much honor, within ourselves to be bad.
They fall. Them and the Patriots will fall apart just based on pedigree.
Right. So. And I end with this. My main point in all this is to say there is something that can be done. Are we going to be able to stand strong enough to at some point stop being manipulated by people with that own the team? Like, stop being pussy. Like that's really what it comes down to. Like, stop being a pussy about it. Stand up. Understand your worth. Understand your impact on this team in the same way they do in Philly, in the same way they do in New York, and all these other franchises that the fans hold them accountable. That's got to be us at some point. We have the infrastructure, we have the financial strength coming to the city now to be able to withstand it, right? And here's the other kicker about that, real quick. The stadium's going to be here whether the Bills leave or not. So if the Bills leave, we still got a stadium. NFL can't just come and take that away.
No, because we own it.
Right.
Well, we don't own it, but you get it.
Right. Well, at that point,
the majority
the city would own it, or the county, or the state, whatever. However they want to work that out. But there will already be a new stadium here, right? So if the fans decide, if we decided collectively, you either gonna get rid of Sean or we not buying tickets this season. Guess what? We could do something like that if we really wanted to. Now, what that really comes down to is it's a warlike mentality. You got to declare war on this thing. Either you want to see change or you don't. If you don't want to see change, okay, go buy your tickets, buy your popcorn, take whoever you want to the game and have fun. Peace, right? But if you really, really want to see change, then you got to be about doing something about it. That to me, that's just the bottom line. Yeah, I cussed. I'm sorry. But that's like everything that has to do with this Diggs situation. Y'all have heard a bunch of details for the last 3-4 days on this, right? I want to play a clip. Can I play a clip?
Yeah, I was going to talk about it anyways. Go ahead.
So there's a clip from LaShawn McCoy, and oh shoot, did I lose it? No, here it is. There's a clip from LaShawn McCoy on Speak that I think really says it all about where the Bills are right now in their front office. And the only thing I want to say about this beforehand is it really makes Brandon Beane look terrible. But there's more that Brandon Beane has done that has looked good than there has been for Sean McDermott that has looked good. And I'll explain that after.
Television today has bring it to this desk. Do you have an issue with Brandon Beane's statement?
I didn't like that statement, right? And Brandon Beane is a good man. I think he's good at his job as a GM. He's super smart and intelligent, same as Sean McDermott, but he's wrong here. Just think about this for a second. If I'm a fan of a team, right? If I'm a diehard Bills fan, and if you're a diehard, you know the ins and outs of this thing, where they went to 4 Super Bowls and lost every one. Thanks, or I can't say thanks to him, but they had a lot going on. Okay, now you get to this point where you got a quarterback like Josh Allen, a franchise guy. You get a guy like Stephon Diggs. Together, they've been amazing together, phenomenal. And then you trade him. Okay, they traded my best player or one of the best players. Maybe it's something up to. Maybe they have something in plan. All right, cool. And then the first thing your GM says is, well, listen, are we better today than we were tomorrow? Probably not. But I want you to know this. I'm super competitive. What are we talking about? See, let me tell you about Brandon Beane, though. I think that sometimes when you are really good at your job and you are super smart, you tend to take risks and take chances because you are smart and you are good. When I was in Buffalo, Brandon became the GM, right? Him and Sean McDermott doing their thing together. And they made a move, right? We signed Josh Allen, it was cool. I'm thinking like, well, are we rebuilding? But let's just see what happens. Then they trade Sammy Watkins. Now, Sammy wasn't great his whole career in Buffalo. It was up and down. I get it. It was injuries and all that, but he finally was healthy. He was ready to go. So I'm like, cool. Sammy looks good in practice. He looks like the old Sammy from Clemson. We ready to ride, correct? Man, they trading. So the next day I go to the office like, yo, what the hell are we doing? Brandon Beane? Because that's my guy. We cool, right? And he tells me, well, Shay, listen, man, you know, Sammy's up and down the injuries, right? We think we'll get something for him, this and the third. And the replacement is going to be Calvin Benjamin. And then he says to me, I mean, they're basically the same guy. I said, you telling me Sammy Watkins and Calvin's the same guy? I said, yo, we trying to lose. You know what I did after that?
What you do?
I walked straight out the room. Because y'all playing games. And this is the same type of bull crap that they're doing. So when you tell me that, yo, this guy is really good, this guy's really smart, this guy's really competitive, those are all true facts. But sometimes I think we get ahead of ourselves and we try to make smarter moves because we are smart, or better moves because we are good. And this is one of them bullcrap moves. Keep Stephon Diggs. And if you are going to move from him, give Josh Allen some help. You think he about to have a crazy, great season with those wideouts he got there now?
Draft coming.
Right.
And that's the same conversation that allows that led Stephon Diggs to exit the building in his off-season training last year.
That's it.
We're gonna do this, and it's gonna be. Diggs, man, you foolish, man.
Right.
Listen.
Right.
And what happened? I'm sure right after that happened, what happened with LaShawn McCoy? Deuces.
Yep.
So this is.
All because he went and spoke up and walked out on Brandon Beane. That's why they got rid of him.
And that's exactly why. But see, the guys, and this lends to again. Yo, Shady, why are you telling Shady? Because you know this is your dog. You know this is your guy. This is your Bill Cow.
Yep.
I don't agree with it. You crazy? Oh, you undermining me? Nah, you got the roll, dog.
Right.
I can't have that.
Right, now you got to go.
I can't have that. And that lends to, I don't know if you saw the speak, was it from yesterday? Where, I have it here. I got to say it because it was heated. Where LaShawn McCoy, where is it? James Jones. He said, dang it, where'd I write it? Basically, he said that you know, he's not surprised that it happened. It had to happen. And most of the time, Josh Allen's throwing the ball, he's turning the ball over, throwing it to Stephon Diggs. I forgot to look it up. So if anybody, Steve, please give me the facts. Lindsay, if you're around, tell me. How many balls that were thrown to Stephon Diggs were intercepted versus anybody else? You can find it on Pro Football Focus pretty easily. I just forgot to look it up. Anyway, James Jones said that, and he said that a quarterback is wired that when your best guy is saying, I want the ball, I was open, I got to throw this guy the ball. He's saying that the offensive coordinator is wired to be pressured and force the ball. LaShawn McCoy's like, are you serious right now? He was like, fam, he said, this is Josh Allen. This ain't CJ Stroud. This ain't the guy over in Carolina. He said, I'm Josh Allen. I'm him. This is my huddle. I throw the damn ball where I want to throw it.
Right.
So you telling me that your quarterback, Mr. $258 million, who got rid of whatever her name is and got with Steinfeld and got the you can't stand up in your own twos in a huddle and say, no, this is where I'm throwing the ball. You can't do that. I know we talked about it before, but the thing is, this is the underlying things that Stephon Diggs and guys like him need. So you can't bring in an IU. You can't bring in, like I said, Kayshon Boutte. You can't bring these guys in because Stephon, throw me the damn ball. Okay. Dude, you the sir, not them, you him.
Right.
Key, quarterbacks do that in college, bro.
I know.
They do that in college.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, there's been plenty of times where the coach said, hey, this is the play. Nah, we ain't doing that.
We
doing this.
We doing it here.
Right? And another thing I wanted to get with, we got rid of all of our captains.
Yeah. Yep.
All of our captains are gone.
Yeah.
So who's the leader? Who's going to lead this team?
It's got to be Josh.
It's gonna be Josh.
Who else?
I'm just thinking the way to kick out, and this is something I said in my notes for Monday before this bull stuff went down. I said Dawson Knox is going to be a captain. I think I might have tweeted it out. He'll be a captain.
Knox will be a captain.
I think
Dawkins
he'll be a captain because of the kickoff rules. Dawson Knox is going to be the special teams captain, I think. I really do, because of the way that the special teams works itself out. He fits on that unit now. He fits on that kickoff line.
Yeah, pretty much all the vets on offense are going to be captains.
We ain't got that many left.
Right.
We got younger. We got cheaper.
3? It's 3.
Huh?
It's only 3 guys left.
Vine's going to be one. So
I mean, on offense.
Oh, offense.
It's just
so we lost Morse, we lost Diggs, we lost Davis. Like right now, I don't even think Deion Dawkins was a captain.
No. By default now.
So we got what? Josh and Dawkins?
Yeah, because it's not going to be Osiris Torrance.
I say they're going to make James Cook a captain?
He was a Pro Bowler, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe Cook will be a captain.
Could.
I mean, and on defense, like Poyer, Hyde, they're gone. White gone. That's 3 right there.
But if they do that, that's value on the running back too much. They can't make a running back captain.
Yeah, they can, because what they do with Gabe Davis, they made him captain and let him walk.
Yeah, but that's a wide receiver.
So
So
It's bad optics.
So you got what?
I don't know.
Matt Milano. Who else going to be? What?
Well, you going to give Milano half a seat.
You going to make Von Miller and what you call what's his name?
It might be Ed Oliver. Yeah, I mean Ed Oliver. If they see, this is the thing. If they go young at defensive end at edge, I'll piss you off there. If they go young there, then Von's going to be a captain. Russell Douglas, I can see probably being a captain.
His second year on the team,
Right?
I like.
Not even a whole second year. He's like,
Right.
his second tour. I do. It's going to be young. It's going to be young. They might make a 12th man a captain.
And the one thing the reason why, to go back to your question about Brandon Beane, the reason why I said that I trust him is because the fact that he had an interview when he drafted Josh and Tremaine and talked about the quarterback. It was like, hey, a lot of people, they didn't think that Josh was the guy. He said out of his mouth that I knew that Josh would fit better in Buffalo. Like, he was the guy I wanted in Buffalo. His arm, the city, it was a good fit for him to come to Buffalo. But he said, I knew when I did what I did, if it didn't work out, I knew I was gone.
Yeah.
He knew it.
Yep.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
Because I need that gamble. It's either you putting all the chips in, you got to play all in. You can't play scared.
Yeah.
You can't put 50 chips here, 50 chips. No. This move is either going to make you or break you.
And I put 50 here, 50 there. That's why I never win nothing.
So that's why I respect him, because he went all in on Josh, and thank God it worked out. But if it didn't, he was okay with leaving.
Right.
He knew he messed up.
He knew. Yeah. He took his medicine.
I messed up. I had gamble and I lost. I'm out.
To that, okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's actually a good point. I mean, I think
Who took the gamble?
Bean.
Because he straight said, if this don't work, I'm gone.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I mean, so Steve says real quick. I've
go
been
ahead.
missing a bunch of comments.
I want to hear what the people got to say because I've been talking too much.
Man, it's a lot.
I'm sorry.
It's a lot to go back through. But
I'm sorry, y'all. We gonna do it.
Yeah. So Steve says one thing about Josh, he's still very passive towards authority. He's still a boy in a man's build. That's why we're bringing in young talent so that he can have that vet presence.
Yes,
that
sir.
is exactly right.
Yes, sir.
It's exactly right.
Yes, sir.
And the sad part about it is he's probably still not even ready for the responsibility that he's going to have as a leader. Mm-hmm. He knows how to say all the right stuff. Like all of that's cool. But at the end of the day, this man has been living his entire life from the standpoint of nobody thinks I'm good enough. Right? And that's a cool position to be in.
Until you make 258.
Yeah. Right? Because now you're expected to be that guy. Mm-hmm. Even when he was in Wyoming, in his mind, he should have had better, right? He wasn't supposed to be at Wyoming, but he was thankful to be there. So he just kept his head down and did what it took to make it to the NFL so that he could get $258 million. Mm-hmm. But bro, you got it now, man. You got a whole town on your back to carry, and the team essentially has tried to force you into that box very early on, like with the style of play. Like, go win everything for us, Josh. Use your legs, use your arm, use your teeth, use your butt, however you got to get it done, right? Now it's, okay, we're gonna dial it back a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. We're gonna get a bunch, like, it's coddling. It's coddling to me now. You putting this protective pocket around him that like it's just backwards.
It is.
And it's very backwards.
I think that's. I don't want to go back because I've done it enough, but I think that's why I had the when we talked about how I want my quarterback to be, like you said there, and like we've all said, at this point in time, the training wheels are off. Yeah. You got the contract. There's no more excuses. There's no more. This is your team. You lucky Stephon Diggs never got hurt. You lucky you had the majority. You had Dayball, and that transitioned you into Diggs. You had continuity. That's the continuity you want. Mm-hmm. I don't want continuity with Dorsey just because he was here. He was drinking coffee with Dayball. I want continuity for continuity, and I want to hear some more comments because we really lacked on that. I really wanted to hear what people had to say about this today. You got anything else on there?
Rich says pause on Josh Butt.
That was a current one.
Yeah. All right, my bad. I didn't even think about it like that, but me saying he had to use his butt. That's
it's true. The tush wish.
Much. Well, yeah, that's why I was saying it, but obviously that's a bit too much for people. So I have to respect the pause game.
How do you know you pause in the pause game?
Earlier, just so y'all know, Rich wrote in, the energy of this podcast tonight needs to be nominated for an Emmy. Ha ha, we love it.
I hope so. Honestly, I do.
See, yeah, KC is going through it right now. Steve says with their new stadium being rejected by the city, that should have been something we did. But of course, people trying to get elected, so they make stuff like that happen so they can get in office.
Yeah, because they were moving the team to Amarillo, or was it Amarillo? Austin. Yeah, Austin. Okay.
Yeah. Man, okay. I hope this is true, Steve. I really hope this is true. He said with ticket prices that high and a new stadium, owner will care. High income people don't stand for low quality product like the drought mindset fans who are okay with just good enough.
I believe that as well. I do believe that as well. And Mel, I'm sorry, you qualify.
Yeah.
You qualify.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. You might be in there. Wait. Here's how you answer that one. Are you getting season tickets, bro?
Absolutely.
There you go. That's it. It's official. He's on that team.
I'm not getting clubs, but
no matter.
You got season tickets, bro.
You guarantee you will be in the place. But like he said, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted the stadium to be moved, because I want to sorry for you guys that really like. My friends here will tell you I like to drink. Mm-hmm. I like to drink, but when we go to the games, when am I ever drunk?
Never.
When we go to the games, when am I ever asleep? When we go to the games, when am I ever not paying attention?
Right.
I want to go to an environment where I can bring my kid.
Yeah.
I want to go, and I don't care about paying the Lord because, okay, I make some money too. But I want to. I don't care because I want to have that experience with my kid, and I don't want him going in the bathroom where you know what it used to look like, especially. I will pay the extra money so we don't have to walk over. Remember we used to walk through the field in all those trash cans, all those beer cans. I don't want that no more.
Right.
Have your fun, but clean up. Respect your spot. And the people with the high money, the high dollar, they're like, what the hell is this nonsense?
They ain't dealing with that.
What's up with the men? Did you guys see the guy out there with the ketchup and mustard? What was that about? Nah, that's bad optics. We can't have that.
Bad optics.
So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
That's
gone.
I will save my money up to do this.
Yeah. I'm sorry. And even for those people that do save up for the season tickets, it's not going to be the same when they go there to tailgate.
Right.
Because, I done spent life savings now for this game. I'm trying to have a good time.
And
don't bump me.
it.
Don't spill no beer on me. I want everything about this experience to be fun and great.
And I want to remember it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, so let me ask y'all this, because I think this is the next thought in this progression. So do we feel like we've
my left eye, huh?
Do we feel like we've kind of addressed the Diggs versus Bills?
I know Mel had two titles. I know you said one of them was addressed, but what about is that?
I kind of covered it.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Steve said it's Mamba mentality for JA-17. Yeah, right. Then
he said mentality. That is the wrong acronym to say.
Especially for Josh.
He was being sarcastic.
Yeah. And then he says, and then Steve says, organic ketchup and mustard for the new tailgaters.
Whole Foods ketchup and mustard.
Whole Foods.
Yo, Whole Foods ketchup and mustard. This one.
No high
fresh cut relish. Oh my gosh! With no additives, no preservatives.
No additives. Yeah.
Okay, so. Does this move, or should this move say to the fans, we're looking forward to 2025?
What do you think, Mac?
I think they're gearing up for 2025. Like, they're getting the draft picks, they're getting the money. Like, I don't know what the plan is for 2025, but a lot of people are already chalking off this season. Like, It's going to be the same as it's always been. Mm-hmm. They're going to win the division, lose in the second round of the playoffs, and then, boom, here we go, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
Yep. That's where I'm at. I think it eventually comes down to, how much do you have invested in now? Really nothing. You got a bunch of other teams, backup players and players that, are past their prime, and you put this whole hodgepodge of a team together, and a bunch of young players on offense now, and you're saying, you know what, we're going to do what we can. We just gave away our absolute best weapon for nothings on the dollar and got nothing back for them. And let's be honest, a second round pick for this franchise has meant what?
A trade. That's just trading around.
Exactly.
This is trading
exactly. Because the only thing that we've ever gotten out of a second round pick has been Osiris Torrance.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
somebody's gonna say Deion Dawkins, but Osiris Torrance.
Outside looking in, said the plan is 2026. Yeah. If that means a new head coach by then, but
it's gonna be a slogan.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a hell of a slogan. Does this move signify it?
Does it signify that they're like looking past 2024?
No, I know. Okay. But what I'm saying is it's tough because I need to see, and in my mock draft, I didn't fully plug it. I don't care if you follow our pages. I don't care if you follow me on Twitter, but look at my mock draft because it's gonna be wild.
I care. I still want everybody to follow our social media pages.
Well, I mean, once they get on there and see the weird stuff I put on Instagram, they're gonna be hooked. But
it's entertaining as heck.
Yo, I love doing it. It's hilarious.
Hey, keep going.
I need more than 20 people on there, but I'm gonna keep doing it regardless. Yeah. But no, I took a tight end in this draft.
What?
Late in like 6th round.
Oh, all right.
He was about to get the hammer.
He was about to give it to me. I was about to get socked out. But I took that, and this is why. I don't think Dawson Knox will be here next year.
I don't either.
So that tight end is going to be the cheaper version of Dawson Knox. Yep. Also, surprisingly, you reminded me of Brandon Pettigrew. You guys know how I used to love that dude. Also, I took an edge rusher out of Clemson, and I geared up for Von Miller not to be here next year.
Mm-hmm.
So if they draft heavy on the D line and Von Miller's gone this year, and they get rid of Dawson Knox at some point where they trade him or whatever they do this year, yes, they're gearing up. But if they hold on to these contracts again, and they don't just obliterate 2024, I think they believe, and I don't want to trick you, but I think they believe that they have a chance to win, and they want to hang on till we got the division, we got to the second round, and anything past that is found money. I think they know, or they at least believe, to your point about the fans doing stuff, that this will placate the mafia. They'll be out there rabid like they were before. We'll just tell Benny Butcher to give us another song. Mm-hmm. We'll do a couple more fireworks.
Because now we're underdogs again?
Not even that. I think that they'll be able to say, we got Adnan Mitchell. We got Jermaine Burton.
Well, that's, yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. We got this far with them. Wait till next year. Right. McDermott, I'm here, baby. I told you what I can do. My culture works with these young guys. I got these young guys. They got us here. Wait till next year. Meanwhile, he's driving his truck home saying, I got another year under my belt. And that's when I really question 2025. And that's the point, to your point about what the Bills fans need. It's not so much, and I'm not gonna dispute your point. It's not so much boycotting as it is understanding. You ain't do nothing. Because the reason why we're in the position we're in right now is because you didn't trade for Hopkins when you knew you were getting rid of Diggs, when you knew you should have known you were getting rid of Diggs. You didn't go ahead and sign what's the guy from, I had him in my notes. What's the guy from Oakland or Las Vegas? I'm sorry, the wide receiver.
Devontae Adams.
No, the other one.
Oh, the little guy?
Is he little? Yeah.
Talking about what's his name?
I have it here, but hey, help me out. Who's the other receiver?
Hunter Renfrow.
Huh?
Hunter Renfrow?
No,
For
he's
what
a free
team?
agent.
For what team?
Huh?
Vegas?
Who you talking about?
It's only Adams and Hunter Renfrow.
Who's the other guy they signed last year?
Who?
The Raiders.
The Raiders?
The other guy they signed?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the kid from the Patriots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm mad because I had him on my fantasy too.
I keep wanting to call him. It's Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers, that's right.
You could have got Jacoby Myers for 14 mil last year. You could have did.
He ate in.
He did eat
for the Raiders.
And that's the thing. But you go ahead and use something. Matter of fact, if I may, I know I told you guys before the show, and I told people on the podcast, I was going to be a little disjointed today. But if I may, I actually have a list of guys in the 23 free agency that we could have went for. Come on now, work for me.
Did you
right
hold
here.
the control button?
Right. No, I got it. Okay, so Alan Lazard wasn't really interested.
No.
Jacoby Myers, DeAndre Hopkins, Adam Thielen, OBJ, Darius Slayton. You went and signed Deontay Hardy. Deontay Hardy made the 9th highest contract last year's free agency for a wide receiver. The 9th. What did he do last year?
Nothing.
Exactly, but that's my point.
Nothing.
DJ Chark, Paris Campbell. I mean, hell, Miko Hardman, Braxton Berrios.
Cole Hardman got a touchdown pass.
Yeah, but the thing is,
a Super Bowl winning touchdown.
he got
pass.
the winning touchdown.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this is the foresight that we're missing because Noah Brown. They could have got Mac Hollins last year. But the thing is this is in all seriousness, the foresight when the writing was on the wall, people were all saying Diggs a malcontent. He don't want to be here. But instead, you know more than everybody else, and you say, no, we're good. And Diggs like, I'm telling y'all, I don't want to be here. And that's why McDermott said, I'm concerned. I know I effed up. And I missed out on Jacoby Myers. I missed out on Hopkins. I missed out on even Juju, Adam Thielen. I missed out on this line of people, and I got freaking Deontay Hardy. But now I'm stuck.
Because you thought this is going to stay. He was fine.
He's fine. We can talk. We can woo him. We're good.
Nah.
He's fine. No. You never dealt with somebody like Diggs. So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, really quick, before we get too far behind, Steve wrote in when we were talking about, whether or not the Bills are kind of looking past 2024. He goes, hell yeah, we either hit with a big offensive weapon draft, or we collapse and McDermott is fired with high draft picks and lots of money for free agency, win-win. I mean, we hope that those are the two, outcomes, or the singular alternatives.
Right.
But then he writes in, OBJ is still out there and could be a good June signing. I don't know if I want that without Diggs here.
That's the thing.
I don't want OBJ, man. Like,
See, he's an auxiliary piece.
Not by himself.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's an auxiliary piece right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you can't have him as a one like he needs to be on a squad with other weapons, other people on the team.
Right.
Yeah.
Other number ones, like other guys that have been there and done it. Like, so if he had come here and Diggs was here, like, that's an easy. And this is the other part. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think, sorry about that. Do y'all think that all of this Diggs stuff could have been avoided had they brought in a guy like OBJ last year, or brought in a guy like Hopkins last year, and put those guys in the huddle with Diggs? Because now it's not like Diggs can't be the dude saying like, yo, throw me the ball. It's a whole nother dog right across the huddle from him, like, yo, I need the ball too. You need to shut up.
And the thing, to your point, that I agree with is just this. Where did he go? He went to Houston.
Yeah.
They've already got two bona fide give me the balls that have experience with the quarterback.
Yeah.
I have no problem going there.
He just looking for they're a quicker. I think he believes they're a quicker way. One, I believe that he wants to get closer to his brother, because that's like his father. Trayvon is to Diggs. That's like the father figure.
Like his son, yeah.
Yeah, because their father passed away when he was little. So
Right.
Diggs is the older
Right.
brother. So I think he wanted to get close to his brother. Plus, he wanted to be on a team that he believes can compete for a Super Bowl.
Right.
Who else but the Texans? Like they already said, you can't go to the Chiefs. My next best option, if I want to stay in the AFC, Houston.
What would have happened had he been there last year when Tank Dill got hurt? That to me, that's the only reason they lost that game, because they didn't have anything besides Noah Brown. Nico showed out, but
Had he
had Tank
and Nico,
yeah. And that's the thing. Diggs is like, you know
and
what?
Motor.
Yeah, you better look way away. Look way. But that's the thing, and I mean, honestly, I hate the fact people say Motor went to Houston and showed out. I don't know what the hell he showed out. People say that he had a great season. What? He had another sub 1,000 yard season. That's not great. Even especially if you do the math. And what's 1,000 yards? Like 70 yards a game, 67 yards a game. I think it's 1,000 yards. Yeah, you really showed out. But the thing is, Diggs is like, I don't need to go and be the guinea pig on a team that's keep winning. I want to be a part of something that wins that I believe in. That's like buying stock that's not Tesla, not Apple, not Google. I believe in Reddit.
Right.
Reddit is up and coming, and I might be that piece. And that's the piece that the Bills don't understand. You go out there and you cheer for a man who, I mean, I liken this, and I'm sorry, T. I have to give this point because it was a perfect example. You guys know, before T, whatever. So, long story short, it was bad for a while. It was bad for a while. And neither side was like, F it, we're done. So we just existed. Stephon Diggs and the Bills. Finally, I was just waiting for one of us to say it. Another one said, you know what, I'm done with you. All right, okay, cool. I don't care. And we still, we still whatever. But I look on Facebook, and now I'm seeing you flirting with the other one. I see you interacting happy with the other one. Now I'm pissed off. Now I'm hurt. This couldn't have been me. This couldn't happen to me. Watch. Just you wait. But the thing is, when I did that mock draft that I sent you guys with Marvin Harrison at 6, it fired him up, and I was so excited about it. But but the thing is, I said, you know what? No, I'm not happy with mortgaging 2 years of this. I'm not happy with watching my ex do this, that, and third. I got to do something else. I got to find a different way. I said, at some point again, it's going to be sunlight. So what I do, I made this other draft that I'm gonna show you guys later. But I want you guys to look at it, and that's all seriousness. I don't care how you do it. I don't care what commitment you put. Obviously, it's free. I'm not that guy, but I really want to know what you guys think about it, because it's not the wow factor that we traded way the hell up and mortgaged everything, but it's effective, and it's another way to get the right result. But I think people are gonna realize that you can't have the same expectations as you had before, because there's not going to be one person on the field that can command the attention that Diggs commanded, and do the things that he did.
Right.
And you're going to see your quarterback, number 17, regress. I don't know how much, because Brady's going to insulate it. But it's going to be. But this is the thing about Josh Allen. Josh Allen does not take what you give him. He takes what he wants to take.
Right.
And LaShawn McCoy said it on is that speak with LaShawn and him?
Yep.
He said I was in the huddle with him.
He sure did.
Oh, okay. Did you see it?
Yeah.
He was like, I was in the huddle with him. That's not Josh. Don't care. He forces it.
Yep.
He said he ain't wired to do jack. He's I don't know what you because Jones was talking about. I was in the huddle with this great guy, that great guy, that. But you had an asshole throwing you the ball, so it don't matter who was in the huddle with you.
Exactly.
Aaron Rodgers do what he want to do.
Right. Yep.
What you gonna tell him?
Right.
So I mean, it's two different dynamics. Josh Allen could be that guy, but he don't have it here to do that, which is fine. You don't want to be an asshole. But the thing is, when you don't have an asshole, you got to get somebody in there. Like you got to get Nico Collins, you got to get Tank, the rookies that I can't stand up to this big oak tree. He's been here, done that, and that's what they're gonna keep putting around this guy. And hope maybe they can hit, because like I said, and what was my point when we drafted Josh? Where's the wide receiver?
Right.
Remember I kept saying that. Where's the wide receiver that they're gonna give to grow with him?
Right.
And I think who was it? Was it Acho that said? The thing about Houston that's so great is those three guys grew up together. They all got drafted together.
Yeah.
They started at ground level
they had
together.
To figure it out. Yep, they had to figure it out together.
And Josh didn't have that. He got Ray McLeod, who's somehow in the league still, and he got Ricky Pro. He got Austin Pro. Those are his two guys he got.
Yeah, he got as Shady puts it, Calvin Benjamin.
Calvin Benjamin. Don't even want to say his name. The guy.
No, Benjamin. Benjamin.
Yeah, I'll just call him the guy. And didn't we also give him Jordan Matthews? Wasn't that him?
Yep, gave him Jordan Matthews. He had John Brown. So, okay. I want to point this out too, and I know that there's a difference between these receivers, but to some degree, we have to say that most all the receivers that have played with Josh have found success if they were good. Now, I realize that a part of that, and I'm going to get to these comments, I promise. I realize that a big part of that is the increased volume for all of these guys, because these guys came here not as number ones coming from other teams, but as, other teams is, number 4 or 5 option, and then they come here, and because we don't know what a number one receiver looks like, we say, hey, you're fast, you can run good routes, you come and you be our number one receiver. Or you're good in the slot, you can get open, really quickly. Right. You come and you be our new, right. toy for Josh. Right. So to some degree, there is going to be a level of, damn, we missed Diggs. But I think if we're trying to now look forward to 2024 with whatever little ray of hope that we can, sprinkle on it, it's, Brady is shown enough to be able to show us, at the very least, he knows how to put guys in a position to win. Right? So I want to get to these comments really quick. Actually, no, I'm sorry, really quick. So my point in bringing all that up was, I don't think it's gonna be. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm losing my train of thought. I don't think it's gonna be a situation where everything just falls apart all at once. I think the 2024 season, if it plays out in the best way that it can, Josh gets hurt. They lose a bunch of games. That Vikings second round pick that we have for 2025 ends up being a high one. On top of our picks ending up becoming top 10 picks if we suck, because Josh Allen is hurt. Obviously, Mitch Trubisky, might only win 2-3 games. I think that's probably the best outcome for the Bills in their mindset. In their mindset, I think that's a big part of the reason why they kind of deemed it okay. You know what? We don't have the cap space to really make, to make anything happen in 2024. Diggs already wants to go. Now, this was another thing that was reported too, or I'm sorry, this wasn't reported, but no, I'm sorry. Shady did. I don't know if he posted it or said it somewhere, but once Diggs heard about the Texans being the team that was interested in trading for him, he called the Bills and told them make it happen. He said make it happen, right? So they felt they didn't have a choice at that point, gave him what he wanted, and said, we'll just take the cap hit all in this year, right? The only reason you do that and throw away any opportunity of having any additional cap space is if you feel like, yo, it's already over. Like, why even bother? So I think, as I started to go into, best case scenario and all that kind of stuff for the Bills going into 2025, I think that's why they felt it was okay to do something like this and felt like it was something that they can get away with, because at the end of the day, like, we wasn't going to win big anyway, right? But at least now we have a lot more cleared off the books for 2025 than we thought we were going to have. And I think you're right too. I think Von Miller is going to be the next one off the list, next year too. So, let me get to these comments really quick. So, holy cow.
Good.
So I don't know if I agree with this, Steve. He said missed signings are on Bean, not McDermott. Listen, I'm always going to land on the owner saying this is Sean's show. And when you have a head coach that has the support of the owner that he clearly has, and has it in his mind that he can call his GM and ask him, are you on board with me? And literally say those words to his GM. That, like keep in mind,
boss.
This is the dude that was brought on after he was hired.
Mm-hmm.
You can talk to your GM like that, 9 times out of 10, you the boss, not the GM.
Yeah, I mean, at the very worst, it might be Beam, but it's definitely McDermott as well. It was collaborative, if anything, but it definitely wasn't just him.
Right.
I'll say he missed on Deontay Hardy. It didn't work out with Von Miller. The only one that has worked out so far is Rasul Douglas. Curtis Samuel, if it pans out, we don't know yet. And who else? Leonard Floyd.
Leonard Floyd was a good one.
But
right.
Hardy definitely was a miss. Von Miller's turned out to be bad.
I would almost say, and this is purely just my thought, I would almost say that McDermott had more of a say in the defensive guys than the offensive guys. Obviously, because a lot of them he worked with at some juncture, or people that work with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely could get behind him being the instrumental piece in a Leonard Floyd or a Von Miller, which to common Bills fan, Von Miller was great. That was a great pick. We got lucky.
It was it's another gamble. If it worked out,
right,
it's good, but it's not working out.
Right.
So
right,
he, as the GM, you're gonna have to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the other part of that too. The defense in the NFL is more often won by a collective effort as opposed to the effort and play of one or two players, like it would be on offense.
Gotta be.
You know what I'm saying? On offense, you can have a quarterback just completely dominate a defense and just nothing they could do, and the quarterback wins the game for his team. Or you can have a receiver like Justin Jefferson that nobody can guard or stop or get in the way of, or a guy like Travis Kelce that nobody can guard or stop and get in the way of, and they can dominate a game. So, for defensive players, it's almost like the ratio of success is higher for those guys just innately, just because that's just the nature of the way the NFL game is played now. But
well, yeah, I mean, if you look at it as simple as this. How good is your cornerback if you have no defensive ends? How good are your defensive ends if you don't have any cornerbacks?
Right.
How good is your number 2 cornerback if the number 1 cornerback keeps getting gunned on?
Yep.
Right.
You know, so if
all
I know I
works
can get on this guy, you got to do your part so that it goes over there,
Right.
so we can limit the field.
Yep.
So yeah, you're 100% right. You don't dictate jack. Well, you do, but you don't.
Right.
I think
right.
the only position on the defense where you can have that mentality where I dictate is an edge rusher.
Yep, exactly.
That's
I was
it.
just going to
So
say
if
that.
you're not making pressure or you're not doing the quarterback, then yeah, everything
That's
affects. Like you said, like
Yeah.
if you're not doing your job, it's going to make me look
Yeah.
like I'm not doing mine.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And sadly, you have to give them credit for trying to find that kind of a guy, you know, that edge rusher that just dominates and disrupts and all that. But I don't know how you have guys like, you know, Brian Burns on the team and Julius Peppers on the team, and you've seen some of the better pass rushers, you know, especially at the time when they were in the NFC South. Like, they saw some good pass rushers. I just don't understand how you don't know how to find a guy like that.
Yeah.
Like, I heard somebody say, man, you go get Jared Verse and you pair him with Greg Rousseau and you're set. How? Neither one of them can bend.
No, Jared versus is a power rusher.
Right.
Yeah, I mean he's a way better rusher than Rousseau, but he's still not what you want. I challenge people to look at. Good Lord, I'm gonna tip my hand just for a second. I know. I want y'all to look at, what's this guy's name? Right here.
Laiatu?
No. This guy, Xavier Thomas from Clemson. So take a look at him, and that's the guy that's got the size that you like and has a bend. Even though he's an edge, he predominantly lines up, you know, in a 2-point. But
Is it the guy I had in my mock?
maybe, I'm not sure.
I hope so.
But he's untouchable. I mean, he comes off the edge and he's got bend. He's got a first step out of this world.
If it's Chop Robinson, we fighting.
No, it's not shot. No, it's
okay.
Xavier Thomas.
Xavier Thomas.
I like the
Yeah,
Samoan,
Xavier
though.
Thomas out of Clemson.
I like.
Oh,
the,
really?
I like the Samoan from UCLA, but I don't think we ain't gonna touch him.
Who, Latu?
Yeah.
Yeah, Latu's good, but Latu's got a lot of injuries though. He's got a lot of injuries.
Oh yeah.
That's his thing. He actually, funny story about him, and Steve could probably, because I know Steve, he does my guy. He likes to fact check me. Latu actually was declared to the point where he had to retire from football and he had to transfer because his injuries were so bad. It was like they were like, we're not going to clear you to play. Dang. So he transferred, and I think that's going to hurt him because he has the skills.
What was his injuries? Was it like massive, like ACLs, MCLs?
I think it might have been. I don't know if it was his neck or something like that.
Dang.
Yeah, it was something that's gonna hurt him.
So he might. So then you think he might drop because of the injuries?
Not as far as us, but yeah.
So wait.
Yeah, not as far as
Not
us.
as far as us.
So Daniel thinks we're still going to trade for Justin Jefferson. He says we have the draft capital, don't have to pay until next year, and Bean hates starting rookies. I understand the logic. I just don't. Hey, June, there's another battery in here against the. I'll grab it in a second. Yeah, try that one. I just don't think there's a cultural space for that kind of guy here in Buffalo. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna leave Minnesota now that they got a
Yeah, they
quarterback.
got Kyler
now.
Murray, right? They have no reason to get rid of him. If they hadn't gotten Kyler Murray, then I could see that. But I still think if they're gonna go get a guy, I think T. Higgins is the guy. I think they like T. Higgins. I think they like his size.
Yeah, and they got. I mean, see, he's got. Let me see who he has with him. He definitely has Jordan Addison. That's another bona fide wide receiver we didn't have in Buffalo,
right?
With Justin Jefferson. See,
Right.
even there where you're like, who do they have? They got another
O'Connell's
wide
gonna
receiver.
eat with that offense. Oh my God!
Yeah, I mean that's T.J. Hawkinson, and so you got a 3-headed monster right there without a quarterback.
Oh my God!
They got Myles Gaskin with speed out of the back. I mean, come on now.
That offense is gonna eat.
Aaron Jones. Come on now.
And they got Aaron Jones. Wow.
That's how you build a team.
Yo.
You don't build a team by saying Steph and Josh run it back a million times.
Right.
Then get mad when they can't do it.
Go
Go ahead. I'm sorry. We don't have that much time left, but go ahead.
Really quick. Let me see. Okay, so then Steve says Josh getting hurt is not it's not the best scenario. I'm just saying from the standpoint of Sean being able to justify a bad season without getting fired. You know what I'm saying? Because the only alternative he's going to have if they have a bad season and Josh plays is to start blaming his quarterback. Once a head coach gets into blaming his quarterback, the only alternative from there is he getting fired because you ain't finna get rid of the two.
That's insanity. At that point, that's insanity.
Right. There's nobody else left here for him to blame. You know what I mean? And I texted you too. Your boy Babbage is catching a raw deal this year, man. The fact that he's still tied at the hip with Sean McDermott as he so eloquently put it, it says it all about who the fall guy is probably going to end up being. It's not going to be Brady. Mm-mm. It's going to be well, Babbage needs more time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sad but true. But okay, so the next part of that, he said Josh getting hurt is not best scenario. Just let McDermott do his thing and lose his way and get that voodoo out your mouth. All right, you're realizing how right we've been now, right? Okay, I take it back. I don't want to see him get hurt. I really don't.
No, we never want to see that.
Okay, outside looking in says McDermott picked his GM. Why else did we get a Carolina guy? I mean,
yeah,
the connection still comes. There's the dude we signed, Keyshawn Williams or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle. Yeah.
It just keeps coming. I don't understand it. Like I said, just change the name if y'all like the team that much. And then Steve writes in when we were talking about the Bills trying to get a defensive end, he goes, Ron Rivera knows D-line, check the resume. McDermott knows secondary and linebacker. That's right. I mean, I don't think we've seen as much secondary success on this team since when? You know what I'm saying? Since Nate Clements and Winfield.
Yeah.
I mean, that was what, 2003?
That was a long time. That's a long
time.
That was your last Madden. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, oh man, that's the last Madden Bills team that I really liked that I would leave alone and just play with them. Every other one now, I'm tearing them all down. But yeah, so that's right. That's right. It would be interesting to see if Ron Rivera was willing to come and be a consultant or something like that during the scouting process, but I don't see that happening. Sean is too much of a control freak now, and he keeps getting all these excuses and reasons to continue on doing what he's doing. So we just got to fight it, man. Just got to fight it.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? You got 12 pages of notes. Don't you be silent on me now.
Oh, no, I hit him.
You hit him?
I really hit him. I went on a couple tirades, and I hit him.
You put him in a time capsule or something?
Yeah, I went on my tirades. They were all sectioned off. Man, only thing I mean, we hit him.
Okay. All right.
Mac, you good?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you good?
Good? The question is the producer good? He had to give up a whole jersey off of this. And the funny part is, this is the first jersey he's ever owned of the Buffalo Bills.
Boy,
the first ever one.
You don't get rid of that. You keep that and remember.
No, we got to burn that.
Yeah, no. You got to.
Actually, you know about that? Let me see that.
You got to remember.
Let me see that.
You got to see. Look at that Diggs catch. You got to remember who.
he crossing it out. He crossing it out.
That's how I feel about it.
Oh, but there ain't no other good 14s.
I don't care.
Tough.
So, right.
Somebody hurt this boy hurt.
Cross it out.
Somebody hurt this boy hurt.
All right. So we'll go ahead and slide that right on in there.
As you do your 180 seconds of. You see, I didn't say 90. That's 180 seconds.
180 seconds.
Yeah. All right. Is that where we're going to?
I'm good if you are. I don't know where it is. I didn't curse. I did, but I did. Mel, be quiet, man. What I consider cursing is not what I thought I was going to do.
Yo, I was ready for you to let it fly too. You warning people.
One time I really
you putting disclaimers out there. I'm like, yo, he really gonna let it fly?
I had to remember whose company I was, and I said no.
Terrible.
Take the high road.
You gotta
Use
can't
your
watch.
words,
You gotta be careful.
I said, use your words, Key.
Talk him down off the ledge. All right. I feel like there's more to pull out of this, but we can get to that Monday. All right. All right, so if y'all hear that music, that means I got 90 seconds to get up out of here, right? So here's how that's gonna work out. No, you stop talking while I'm talking so I can get this out of my system.
Wait, Key. Let's ride.
Roll Tide! Roll Tide! That's all I got. College football is over. That's all I got. All right, so anyway, thank y'all very much for tuning in, and thank y'all for putting up with the tirade of myself and Keyshawn and you know, Mac, you were very calm today.
Mac was all right. He didn't rage.
You didn't, yeah.
He could have raged one day. He didn't rage though.
So anyway, thank y'all for tuning in and you know, commenting and everything and just putting up with us. This is probably a venting session for us. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Warlock.
So I'm losing my train of thought. All right, with that being said,
Another 8 seconds.
Basketball Truth and Knowledge, I'm going over. It's
fine.
It's happening.
It's okay.
Basketball Truth and Knowledge. If you like basketball, my oldest son, Junie, our producer here, has his own podcast. He goes Saturdays?
Saturdays, mostly Wednesdays, but just because I might do part one, like parts of the video. So.
Okay, so Wednesdays and Saturdays, tune into that. He's on. He goes live on IG. And he also puts the episode out on his YouTube channel as well.
Give him an update too, because I might try to go live on Facebook, so stay tuned to that.
Okay, cool. Yep. So stay tuned for that. As far as our show is concerned, we have one more Monday before we do our mock draft. Game over. Right. You won. You got your money today. Outside looking into you put a little game over thing in there. We did the shorts. When are we planning on doing that? I gotta get y'all on record saying when we doing it.
I just got my Saturday back. They're coming.
Okay, perfect. So all right, wait. Does that mean we could do a draft watch?
No, but I'm not off on Thursday, Friday.
All right. Well, thank y'all very much for tuning in. This has been the Post Podium Podcast, home of the all truth, no sodium takes. I have been your co-host, Aramis.
Ellie Mac.
And this is Key.
And we will see y'all on Monday, 6:15. Be there or be whatever you want.
Just be there. just be there. Just come along.
All right, later, y'all.
All right, I got a headache, so I hope y'all enjoy.